How's it been? Like you've been at the dealership what 3 years now? Going on 3?
January 13th, 16th, so like 2.5 years.
Okay.
Almost coming up on 2.5.
How do you feel about it? Like, do you feel like being there and now kind of seeing how the machine works? Do you feel like there's a path there that like could suit you, like long term? Like what's your thought process now, like while working within the dealership scope?
Jesus, I guess we're getting right into this, huh?
We got to make it about motorcycles some way. You know?
Yeah. I need a battery.
I don't know.
trade.
I think our specific shop, the way things are leaning, I think maybe management. There may be something like that down the road sooner than later. If you'd asked me that 2 years ago, I'd have probably, the same response about sales in general. Fuck no, I don't want to do it. Give up on my Saturdays. Talk to some moron about, use street. It just doesn't sound fun. All that still applies, but I found a way to make it fun, and sometimes it is the best job in the world. So yeah, it's one of those things we're going to take this next step and see what happens with it.
How was it like over the last year and a half, sales wise? Like when if you hop on YouTube right now, there's 400 dudes sitting in their garage talking about how Harley's failing and blah 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 blah. What did you feel in the dealership side of things? Like, was there some massive drop off where you felt like how am I going to sustain this job or whatever? Or what would you say?
Yeah, you did have some of the, and I don't even remember exactly. I feel like it was about a year ago. Some of the previous CEO, the woke stuff. Oh, that happened. I think our specific shop was just kind of in a vacuum. We went through some upper management changes last October, November. So it was, I don't know how to gauge. 25 kind of sucked, but I don't know. I think some of it might have been not our own fault, but just the way we were running things and doing things versus the industry as a whole. Mm-hmm. And then right at the end of 25, things have changed, and we've been kind of kicking ass. Bro. And it's gotten fun again. And yeah, all you can do is.
I feel like so at the end of 24, going into 25, you had a lot of people not spending money because they wanted to see the presidency stuff, right? And then Trump gets in office, and I think a lot of people wanted to like open up the floodgates and spend some money and get some stuff. And then, it's been kind of a shit show. I'm not talking politics here.
Yeah,
but
that was the vibes in the room was get through the election, Trump's going to win, he's going to get in, and wallets are going to open up, economy's immediately going to get better, just confidence, and it didn't. But again, some of that wasn't, I think, all outside. Some of that was us getting our stuff back in line to kind of get back on board where we're operating really smoothly and efficiently now. But yeah, as far as the sales, it didn't. Things didn't. The pocketbooks didn't open up like they thought they would.
Yeah. But it seems like to your point just now, it feels like now at the end of last year, going into this year, I think people just got tired of waiting, and they want the wants, right? Yeah. And they're just like, fuck it, I'm just going to get the Street Glide now.
Well, some of it also is just the new body style and the redesign. I was talking to Vincent about this the other day, and I don't remember how long ago he was saying, but somewhere he was at, it was one new Road Glide and everything else was, 23 and down. And then he went to the same thing at some club, I don't know who, but he went the other day and he said, I felt like I was at like a dealership ad or something because it was all new Road Glides or new Street Glides.
Yeah.
So I think some of that was just a general public getting used to seeing them more.
Yeah, when the new body style comes out, a lot of things.
Oh, yeah.
Cars, whatever. It takes you a while to get like acclimated to that.
Yeah, and
style.
there's a lot of people that didn't like it, that it's worn them down. There's some people that still don't like it, but that's what they have now. So if you want a new motorcycle, you're looking at that. Otherwise, we still get the guys that I want a 22 or a 23 Road Glide ST. And just why? Why? But so I think some of that's just people coming around.
Yeah.
Even like some of the smaller clubs that we, Hell Yeah Brothers, those guys, I hate it. Blah, blah, blah. those dudes are starting to buy them up more
Yeah.
because they're awesome. You know, they're great machines.
Yeah, yeah.
I wish every truck looked like an 84 C10. They don't. This is future and improvement, and this is the way it's going. And I think people finally got their heads around that.
Yeah, you know, and of course, I'm not really like quoting any particular YouTube channel or whatever, but it does seem like every time I open up my phone, there's somebody, you know, harping at the fact that like Harley doesn't have a good bike, or they've just like right now everybody's talking about the Sportster, the coming back or whatever, and it's like, how the fuck is this brand supposed to like? They build what you ask for, and then you're like, well, we wanted it that way, or we didn't want this, or we want it cheaper. It's like, first off, Harleys have never been cheap. Like when I was a kid growing up on sport bikes, you just automatically assumed the Harleys were going to be more expensive. They were just a more expensive, you know, machine, you know, recreational toy or whatever. Same reason, like when the BMW dropped a sport bike, they didn't have an affordable BMW sport bike. It was like, yo, we got the RR. It's fucking 20 grand or some shit, you know? So I guess I get annoyed seeing that stuff, and I try not to watch any of it. Every once in a while, someone that like I think is really articulate and does a good job of like explaining shit, and I'll still like get in there and be like, oh, dude,
Yeah,
go ride your bike and stop fucking just talking shit in the garage, dude. Like, go make real motorcycle content. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel like a lot of that stuff, it's for clicks and views, and everybody's entitled to opinion, but your opinion's like your elbow and your asshole. Everybody's got one, and I don't really give a fuck about most people's, to be honest with you. I think Harley is in a good spot. I think the making fewer models, and this is, please don't mistake this as, you know, cheerleading or holding my opinion up for the motor company, because it's not, but I do feel like they're making a pretty good roster of bikes, and maybe cutting out some models is hopefully improve some stuff. But even then, I think a lot of that shit is years already in the making. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like they've kind of got plans, or I don't think anything changes like on the fly because some dickhead on YouTube bitches about it or whatever.
Everybody's like, "Did you see that video? We gotta abort this whole cause right now." You know,
Guys, this is not what they want.
But yeah, I mean, I think everything right now is pretty good. The Nightster is probably the best beginner bike they've ever made, as far as just price, value, like what you get. And again, I haven't read anything. I've heard about it. Hadn't looked at any of the Evo Sports or whatever coming back. Not know anything, just hearing about it. I would think it's because, you know, that Nightster's such a good beginner bike, but it's liquid cooled. It's, you know, if you grew up listening to your dad or your grandpa's Harley, it ain't going to sound like that, and it never will. So there might be something about, hey, let's get an actual, you know, V-twin, what that kind of bike back in the beginner market. But
If you want an old Sportster, just go buy an old Sportster. I mean, goddamn, what's the fucking difference?
They're still, I mean, every day it seems like somebody's coming in for an 883 or a 12. I mean,
tell them to go on fucking Marketplace.
And some of them, you tell them, hey, man, you're going to outgrow this bike.
Yeah.
Super quick. You try, but it's, you know, everybody has to do their
Yeah,
own.
you can't talk sense into some people.
Their own journey.
If they want to spend that much money on a brand new fucking Sportster, I guess go for it. But I'm like, I get the having the payment thing's probably easier for some people than actually just outright buying a motorcycle for $3,000. But I mean, it's $3,000, guys. Come on, figure it the fuck out. I don't know.
$3,000 to some people.
Like, what's wrong with the bike? Who knows? It's a Sportster, dude. Put oil in it, put gas in it. It'll fucking
pretty
go.
much run. Yeah.
Yeah.
$3,000 to some people may as well be $30,000 or $300,000. Just
I'd rather have a $600 a month payment than spend $3,000 off the brake.
I agree with you, but
get your fucking shit right, boys.
I'm telling you, I was telling him earlier, you know, we're up there in Hell Yeah Brother country.
Yeah.
There's a handful of small clubs, and it's, oh, I'm a fucking blue collar guy, dirty hands, clean money. It's embarrassing how many dudes I've seen lately, including some club guys, that their wife, girlfriend, baby mama's stepmama have to buy or ensure that these dudes get these bikes.
Like co-sign on the
Yeah,
shit.
yeah. And it's just a lot, you know, that meme, it's tax season, the dude's like holding the bigger girl from behind. I've seen a handful of those lately where they're, thank you, baby. Oh, baby, I love you, baby. And it just, I don't know, kind of pathetic.
They go straight to the bar and start hitting on the bartender.
Probably so. Probably so.
Yeah. Well, like as far as like not to have you like drop in specifics, but how is it with the customer base? Like, is it like difficult to talk to them sometimes, like when you're selling bikes, or like what would you say is like complicated about the sales process?
So one thing that sucks about it is just the nature of the whole transaction. If I roll up to if I want to go buy a Camry, I'm going to go to the Toyota dealership, get out of my car. Some dude's going to come over and ask me what's up, and I'm going to go kind of looking for a Toyota. That happens so rarely.
Camry.
Oh, yeah, Camry, whatever. That happens so rarely where somebody comes out and goes, "Hey, man, kind of looking at lowriders, don't know everything, may have, rarely are people honest and vulnerable. Everybody's got a fucking opinion. Everybody thinks they know everything. So it's one of those things you have to kind of break down this wall with most people, and it just gets tiresome. Or it's like dating, or like picking up a chick at a bar. We're hanging out. I'm pretending to be your friend. That's exactly it. There's so many parallels with going up and picking up chicks to this sales thing where you have to make a friend, pretend to be. Some of them you are. Some people are fucking rad, but some of them you're.
Sometimes he has to fucking Cosby him.
Well, it's no, but it's
woke up with a fucking CVO. What the fuck?
Ultimately, you're trying to fuck them, not in a negative sense of like in the business way, but as far as going out, you're trying to bang this broad tonight, right?
Yeah,
it's the same thing. You're trying to
get a sell,
and so ultimately, like I don't sell bikes. My job is to get you to sit down to look at numbers. It's some other dude's job to actually close you and sell you on the bike. My job is to make a friend, make sure it's the right bike, and just get you to look at numbers. Mm-hmm. And for people that are there, they're looking at bikes. It's just such a song and dance, whatever routine you got to call that.
I feel like you're still always fair with them. To cut back when you said our job is to fuck them, that doesn't.
Oh yeah,
that doesn't really come off right. I know what you mean by that.
Yeah,
but you're also one of the guys that's not gonna like fucking burn someone like that.
Yeah, no. When I say fuck, it's like that's the analogy of the girl at the end of the night.
Yeah, no, I get it. Yeah.
Then at the end of the day, you're trying to sell them a bike.
Yeah,
and like I said, there's some people that you don't like at all.
Yeah,
he was in there Saturday. Had a guy that I sold a bike to, older guy, and somehow, and I already turned it in the folder. We're waiting on the numbers guys to do their thing. We're just sitting there bullshitting, and somehow lane splitting, filtering, something comes up, and he mentions how pissed off it makes him when people lane split, and he just wants to, I just want to open my fucking door on them. And I was like, why? Like they are you or me. Like we're all the and I'm sitting there half stoned. Sport bike blows my window off at 120. It scares me. I'll be honest. I didn't even know you're there. It startles me. I think everybody gets all mad when you get startled. But other than that, it's why, dude? Like what it's like to ride a bike. Why would you? So again, the whole point of that is this dude says that, and if this was a chick, we're on a date or whatever, I may put one more in her tab and I'm sliding out the side door. Like I'm probably done. Or it's one of those things like I know, all right, I'm going to smash and I'm never calling you again. In fact, I may steal something out of your apartment. Like I'm looking for like a pack of AA batteries or something. I'm leaving with something. At some point it gets to the point where, okay, I still want to accomplish my mission.
I took your wet brush.
But I have no interest in ever fucking with you again. Yeah. But then there's dudes also that you would be one of my friends if but that's rare than.
Yeah. I never understood that how it's just dudes get mad at that whole lane splitting thing. It's like, man, especially if you're a motorcyclist, like you ride, like you don't get it. Like, and I try to explain it to people all the time. They're like, oh, it's so dangerous. Like it's really not. It's dangerous if you're trying to kill me whenever I do it. But if you do what you're supposed to do and stay in your lane, then it's way less dangerous for me to go ride through the middle of this than hope that everybody in this multiple stops and goes scenario over the course of a mile or 2 or 10, I have more chances of getting hit in that stop and go thing than I do if I just pass through this right now.
I'm trying to get the fuck through here.
Yeah.
It makes no sense for me to hang around here any longer than I need to. And
the less bikes in the line, the more cars can move up.
Yeah.
But
you can't talk sense into people.
Yeah.
We just like if someone's like really being an ass, you just pull up on the side of them and just like red bomb them for like as long as you can. The whole time they're in traffic, just You want me to go now? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, just give them something to be like, I just want this bike to go away from me.
Yeah.
But
I try not to even antagonize
I don't
people
either.
like that.
Yeah.
It's just,
Jaden just usually pulls his penis out and makes him look at it until.
Yeah.
what is that?
You know what's crazy on the chopper? I lane split every time I go to Dallas on it. Like the section from like 35 to go, like I'm going to bike night. Doesn't matter what time of day it is. There's traffic crossing over the river and getting into like the little downtown Mixmaster part. It's always traffic. I just cut right through the fucking middle. Been doing it for like 6 months now. I haven't got honked at once. But if I do it on the road glide, obviously it's a bigger bike, you know, things like that. But chopper, I've gotten zero slack. You know what I mean? So maybe I'm looking tough guy. I look tougher on it or some shit. I don't know. I don't feel like I do, but you just don't get any kind of slack with it, you know?
Maybe it just looks cooler.
They're like, that dude's cool.
Because people still, they'll see a road glide. Oh, what was that? 40, 50 grand? So maybe people see the road glide and think, oh, just, but some dude with money, versus a chopper looks more, but I don't, how am I trying to explain what some random fucking moron thinks in his car? I don't know.
Yeah. It's just been, it's something I noticed when I was riding to Vincent's bike night on Friday. I had to split through downtown quite a bit, and so I was like, damn, that was easy. And it's like, I was through all the traffic. Like, this traffic would have took me 30 minutes to get through, and I rode through it in like 3 minutes. You know what I mean?
I try to be sparing with it.
I feel like in the city, it's easier to get away with it if I was doing it out here on this side of town.
30 is a fucking parking lot every time you go anywhere on 30. And
For real.
I would hit the fucking shoulder coming to bike night some days. Just like the real skinny shoulder, I'd take it for 7 miles, just in and out of traffic on the shoulder. And like, you can get nails in your tires. Bitch, you're going to get nails in your tires on the main road. My fucking windshield looks like Swiss cheese right now on the car because of how many rocks I've been hit by on the fucking highway. I'm not worried about a fucking nail.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's rare that I do that anymore, but
mine's usually just like we also kind of get through something. If I'm on 75 coming, going to work or coming home, and there's some fucking idiot, jamming up the left lane where it's 2 lanes, I'll do things like that just to get around people. But otherwise, I'm just trying to go with the flow or a little bit before, a little bit after. I try not to do, which I'm always, I try not to do too much illegal stuff on the bike.
Yeah.
Especially when it comes to stuff like that, just enough to get me where I'm going. The days of, at one point coming down here, I think I hit 110, and it just that little ding, 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 the little alarm. I was like, what are you doing? It's holiday weekend. You fucking idiot.
Yeah.
Slow down. Like, don't give them a reason to
mess with you.
anything.
Yeah, well, on the chopper, though, it's like, the good cruise speed is like 65, 70. So it's like when traffic's moving, I'm kind of the slowest person on the highway, right? Or when it's like just that kind of, not stop and go traffic, but you're kind of just moving along nice. I'm like, I like this traffic. I can fuck with that. It feels comfortable, but I don't know. It's what I'm scared about is like when I'm going to try to ride it to California for a Born Free. I'm like stressing about riding it through West Texas, like being out there on 80-mile-an-hour highways where the trucks and everything is doing 90, 100, and it's like, I'm just like, oh my God, I'm trying to push it. So, it's that part sucks because these cars are coming back up on you fast. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna probably get off the highway and ride as much.
Would it not be feasible time-wise to take a slower route?
That's what I was planning on doing. But also slower routes usually means more rule, less things. If I had an issue, like just the chances of like something going wrong out in the middle of nowhere and having no service and having it be something I can't solve on the fly. That's kind of a scary part. So it's like you want to run parallel to like, something.
Major thoroughfare.
Yeah. So like I don't want to take I-20 all the way to 10, but I'll probably be within 10 or 15 miles north or south of I-20 going that direction, and whatever that looks like. So, but.
Yeah, I guess to finish your original point, things are good. Things are great. I have noticed a little bit of correlation with gas prices going up. It seems like we've slowed down a little bit because we were gangbusters November, December, January, February, March. We've been killing it. And this last month or so, as gas has noticeably gone up, I've seen a little bit of it kind of dropping off. But other than that, it's never going to stop.
Yeah.
As far as the whole sales thing, you've always got dudes coming up to the want to start riding, ready to get to the next thing. I know everything. I've had a couple, and then phasing out.
Yeah.
I'm debating on going to a trike. I don't know. And then the saddest part is when I can't ride. I had one of those a week or two ago. Guy had to sell his bike. Family was just on his ass. Reaction time. I think he had some condition that was getting worse, but he did not want to do it. Like, he was kind of being rude to me, and I think the lady he was with checked him because came back from doing something. He was like, "Hey man, I'm sorry. I'm not mad at you. I'm just mad at the situation." I was like, "Dude, I fucking get it. Like, I fucking get it." So yeah, it's one of those things that the cycle never stops.
Yeah.
There's always it's turning over. Somebody's getting onto it for the first time tomorrow. Somebody's riding for the last time tomorrow. So just like anything, I think the day to day, the monotony of it, that gets old. But in the day, it's a fun job. It's a lot funner than a lot of other shit you could do. And yeah, we'll see where it goes. Talked to Adam Tuesday at bike night, and just the whole brand rep stuff. Where the people I talked to about that, where I was kind of like, oh, that's not the best optimistic feelings about maybe switching into that, because this whole thing was like starting at selling bikes was honestly just to kind of get my foot in the door, get some resume experience in an industry that I had none in, that I passionately wanted to work in. The goal was originally a year. See if we can make it a year without getting fired, and we'll go from there. 2.5, and like I said, knocking on the door, maybe sliding into a management role. But the brand rep stuff never changed. Like I said, I hate just hustling on the porch. Hey, what's up? It gets old. Yeah. I'd way rather do a traveling thing. So talking to him Tuesday with how good his gig is, that's a dude that got out of the paint booth after 20, 25 years. It was positive, hopeful, whatever, to one of those things like, hey, dude, keep doing your thing. Stay motivated, because you never know when something's going to pop up. So that was kind of a little like, all right. Keep
Adam
going.
came through here, and we talked a little bit Wednesday. Yeah, he came through Wednesday, and he was telling me about the gig. He does what is that brand called? They do the oil filters. It's called Figurati or something.
I think that's it.
Can't really pronounce it, but he painter, hung up the paint booth. I mean, he still paints here and there and does stuff, but like, I mean, when he was telling me what they do, I was like, God damn, dude. I was
2 weeks on the road, 2 weeks at home.
You make that much money?
Yeah.
I'll quit right now.
Well, that's what I should have said. Show me a fucking pay stub that shows you that, and I'll quit right now and be your assistant. But no, just to kind of just truly happy for somebody.
Yeah.
And it was one of those, after talking to Scott and a couple other dudes, just, man, I don't know if this industry you want to go in.
What's crazy?
Dragging Harley Davidson here in a few
What's
years.
crazy is that, like, after talking with Adam and he was explaining it to me, it makes sense. I think that a lot of brands have kind of leaned towards putting all their marketing efforts into social media or that kind of shit, rather than having boots on the ground, going to dealerships, showing the product to the actual places they're going to be bought from. You know what I'm saying? So I think there's value in that,
Oh yeah, and it's one of those things for me, and since we've all met, how many nights? Oh, you should sell powder. I'm on one a little bit. You should sell bikes. You should sell bikes. No, same reason I didn't want to. The same stuff I don't like about it now.
Yeah.
But like I said, it's hard. Some guys looking at a breakout. Yeah, I'll give you this, but I got no passion about the breakout or the Fat Boy. I hate them both. Terrible models. To each his own, but it's hard to have passion about shit you genuinely don't care about.
Yeah.
Versus getting on board with the brand that you believe in, and you're not having to adapt to each personality that comes up and pretend to be something you're not. You're passionate about your product. I believe in this.
Well,
shit,
if you work for like one of the brands that goes out and does stuff, like I guarantee you, anytime Millhouse is walking up to a dealership, everybody at the dealership is like, "Fuck yeah, Millhouse is here," and like obviously he has that personality, but also that brand being with him is, they've done a lot building up Thundermax, right? So I was like, yeah, that position would be sick. Like, of course, I'd love to do that. I love talking to people.
Yeah, that's he's been wouldn't say a role model, but that's definitely one of the. There's a handful of guys as examples.
Because he was at a dealership before he went to Thundermax.
Yeah,
I forget what he was doing. I think he was in parts or something. I could be definitely. I'm probably wrong on that, but he was doing something in a dealership.
He's one of those handful of dudes that I'll get on one and I'm talking. I'd love to be a Millhouse for some brand, or this guy for that brand, and yeah, that's still ultimately the goal.
Yeah,
but same time, just life and family stuff. So we're gonna keep doing what we got to do in the meantime. And like I said, if it pops up, we'll see what's up. If anybody's looking,
yeah. Well, I think that like Law Tiger started doing this stuff last year, where they started hiring a lot of the people that were more active in the motorcycle community. They mainly were doing this on the West Coast, and obviously now Taylor Shifter Crew is like running Kentucky, and Jason from Ride Faster Pussies up in like Oregon, and some other good dudes and some other good spots. And I think that like those traditional roles that used to just be filled in with people that just needed a job, that maybe liked bikes, but they weren't really into bikes the way that these guys are. I think that changes the dynamic of those brands when you have someone that's truly into this shit, and actually like when they get off work, they're at the place they're going to be off after work, right? Like I'm at the bike night that I'm here to work, but I would be here if I wasn't working from here. So when you start hiring within that community of like that, I think it makes it a much, it makes more sense to do that when you have access to so many people that are involved in this stuff in the way that they are. Why hire some dude that, he could sell toilets or this? Like, you don't really have to sell the products. You just need to show the people the products. If your product's good, it sells itself.
Time to get your law degree, Jadon.
Yeah.
Your Honor, he didn't do it.
Objection. Get the fuck out of here.
Oh, man.
I mean, it's for him, but I haven't said the R word, the one that starts with R. So, feeling pretty good about it.
Nice, dude. I'm proud of you.
Very proud. We're getting somewhere.
Yeah, I'll get you. You
I wanted
be
to
a lawyer
like
in no
10
time.
times.
Yeah, I'm with you on that, man. I feel like there's a lot of brands out there that, and Adam actually said this too. He goes, well, it's like, if you want to get into this stuff, I'm sure you would be able to, but you just never know where the opportunity is going to come from. It might not be the most. It's like you're probably not going to get an opportunity to go be the guy running around trying to sell thrashing parts, right?
Yeah.
You're going to be the guy that's got to try to sell AMSOIL. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, well, fuck. But I mean, you're still doing the same type of gig, which I get, and it's dope. But no, I mean, that's kind of, I don't know.
I think with parts and stuff, it's you get to sell more of like what I believe in, what got me hooked. It's not the specific bike. It's a bike. This part goes on your bike, whatever bike you have.
Yeah.
And that gets you to traveling, to friends, to making memories. It's not the specific 117 and it's got the ride modes, and it's so much of what the bike's just a conduit. The bike's just a way to get you around. Focus less on the bike. So like I said, a part. Something that I know this part's going to work for you. It's going to make your bike cooler. It's going to keep it running. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's kind of the ultimate goal. Something that I can fully, with my whole heart believe. And I do that with Harleys in general. I hit people all the time. Like, dude, it may sound like this. This machine will change your fucking life.
Yeah.
It 100% did for me. Just what I did for a living. My friends, this isn't a hobby for me. This is, this is for forever. This is it. But yeah, just one of those things where you connect with people on that more than I'm pretending to like this bike that I don't really like.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's fucking that. You're on a chopper now. How'd that happen?
Got bored with trying to buy bikes from Harley salesmen.
He never tried to buy.
Yeah, he's right.
You've always kind of had a little bit of a chopper fever for quite a while.
Yeah, for sure. I'm just ready to do something a little different. I say that. I mean, I know it's been done.
It's
every
for
show
you.
you've been going to is a chopper show. You know what I mean? I've been to I know a lot of the people that are into the chopper stuff, and finally just hit a point where I could either get a new bike or
So run me through that idea, like when you were, because we were talking, but I want you to tell the world that the world. Well, I mean, just
I want to yell it from a mountaintop.
tell all 30 people that are watching this or listening to this.
I I've had an inmate
your
Softail.
Your inmate soft. Yeah, go ahead.
I've had an inmate Softail since 2019. And fuck, it rides good. It always works.
Yeah.
So I mean, I've been on all lower 48 states on it. It's still trucking. Fucking
70,000. You hit 70, right?
just under 70 right now.
Oh,
I hit 69,000.
Okay.
That was my next.
Nice.
That was my next or my
Nice.
last goal. I'm at about 70 now, and then it should have plenty of life left in it. So I'm trying to get to 100,000 for sure. But I mean, the way I looked at it was like I could get another bike, I could get a bagger, but I essentially have a bagger. What can I do on a Road King or a Road Glide that I can't do on my Softail that I've done on my Softail?
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's got bags. I've learned how to travel with the amount of storage space I have. I don't need more storage space for more bullshit. Like, it rides just fucking fine. So I was like, a fucking Road King would just be a lateral move. So I was like, fuck, I guess, I mean, like, I could just treat this new chopper idea like a new build. If I want to take out a loan for it, I can, and do my own, do it all at once kind of thing.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's pretty fucking cheap. So tax season came around, so your boy got some new Daytons in the form of a 2009 drivetrain Evo chopper. So
1999.
yeah, 99 motor and trans, I'm assuming, and then it's got a Craft Tech frame, but I mean it's pretty much right where I wanted to be as far as I was. I did all the research with y'all and kind of asked what I needed to get into it with. I think an Evo chop was just kind of the move for me.
Yeah.
As someone that doesn't fabricate yet, hopefully, but maybe down the road. But even if not, it's something that I can
Do you think that like that
manage.
getting this bike opens up that idea of wanting to make more things like
Oh
that?
yeah,
Instead of like just not saying this is bad, but instead of just being like, okay, I need to save up to buy all those parts
yeah.
from said brand that just bolt on. Like there's this aspect of
No, that part's been cool already with just a little shit I've done, and just the amount of freedom you have with an actual chopper is. I feel like there's more. You just make it work.
yeah.
It's been pretty fucking cool on that end. But just to do something make it a little harder to ride, hardtail and all that, and just try and go down a different lane with it. Experience this portion of Harley stuff.
Yeah.
It seems like a lot of the chopper guys have kind of branched off into like adventure bikes and all kinds of stuff like that. So it's like, which is cool too. They're just like, they've been doing the chopper stuff for as long as we've been doing performance motorcycle stuff. You know what I mean? You can only do it for so long before you're like, all right, not to say you won't stop doing it. You just, I'm going to try this out. Instead.
Different experience, right?
Yeah, 100%. So I'm just getting into it. So it's all, I'm getting the point. I'm at the point where I can get the bike started and take it down the road, but it needs some love for sure.
What that process of like learning how to start it and stuff, like what's your take on that as far as is it annoying? Is it kind of like
Definitely frustrating trying to kick it over, but I have a feeling but I can get it kicked over. You know what I mean? I haven't
you're
been
past
defeated by
that
it.
threshold where you feel like you can get it started?
Yeah,
Like,
but I still am learning the way to get it honed in too.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I still haven't got that portion done, and there may be stuff I change that helps that. But for the most part, it seems fine right now. I haven't really had time or the bike. I don't know. It'll ride. I can take it anywhere right now, I think. But it's just there's a few things I want to change before I'm actually comfortable.
Yeah.
Like taking it out further than where I have. So, but I mean, like I said, I just got the bike, so it's
it's a couple
still
weeks.
pretty new. So, but yeah, I'm excited to do stuff on it this year for sure. I definitely want to rip it out, especially later on in the year, to some places on it. We'll see how it goes. And the thing with my Softail is it's always there for me to ride.
Yeah.
And if, like I said, if a fucking, God forbid anytime soon, but if the motor blows on that thing, it's another $2,500 off Marketplace. I can get a brand new 114 and slap
Yeah.
it right back in there and just
Keep it
keep
moving.
on trucking, son.
Yeah.
Like, that bike's good. So
Mhm.
I'm like, I don't really need another. I have no desire for a new bike right now. So, and we'll see, maybe down the road. But I'm really enjoying the chopper thing right now, which is cool.
It seems like there's a lot of facets to it that makes it where there's this aspect of, or a facet of it that is actually riding it, that is an experience, a fulfillment, right?
Yeah.
There's this facet of customizing it. There's this facet of learning about the history of all of the things and the culture behind it. And there's like, not to say that that doesn't exist in performance motorcycles and other things, but I think to your point, what you just said was like, after doing it for the last 9 years, essentially 7 years, 8 years, whatever, it's like, man, you want a new experience, you know? And
Yeah.
that's one of the biggest, that's the best way to answer the questions I've been getting the most over the last like 6 months is, and even before that, I remember when I bought the Lowrider ST and I was riding that, and how many guys hit me up that had road glides that kind of wanted a new experience. But what I realized at the time is they wanted a new bike, but they wanted it to do the same thing that the other bike did. Kind of like they didn't want to give up some level of comfort or luxury, right? And I think that the best way to describe this direction, or say if you've only had road glides and you decide to build an FXR or an old Dyna or something like that, it's about building a different experience. Like make it do something differently than the bikes that you have do, you know, like, you know, carbureted bikes or, you know, whatever, just something to give you a different feeling. And they truly feel different when you ride these bikes. Like my Evo FXR down there, like it's one of my favorite feeling bikes to ride. Yeah. It's not anywhere near as fast as the Road Glide, obviously, or even my FXR chopper. But it feels fucking good. Sounds good. I love the way it just feels, you know? And, you know, that it's one of those things that, like, I kind of understand that now that, like, you know, if you're into multiple, like, say you're not even like a brand loyalist, like you're only Harley, if you're into all bikes, I understand the concept of, I would like to have a bike to go ride off road. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Or
something like that. But if they actually rode them off road sometimes.
He takes my courage.
Well, I mean, like the adventure bike is a good analogy as well, because it's a different experience on a motorcycle.
Totally different experience.
You know? There's a lot of dudes that ride adventure, like older guys.
And they're all dorks, they're not every one of them.
Adventuring so much, but taking them fishing, like just as things to get down to the lake or the fishing hole or whatever.
Yeah.
Like I see that a lot where it's, they're not out trying to, you know, smash trails or anything. It's just something that they can go where their truck can't, or they can take a motorcycle somewhere that they previously couldn't. And
I mean, I'm not opposed to it. Obviously, I wouldn't mind having some kind of like off-road trip, but like I have no experience on the dirt, so it's like very foreign to me. You know, I didn't grow up on dirt bikes. I never had a desire to ride dirt bikes. So there have been like, I've watched like videos of people doing some like, you know, going to South America or doing like trails in America across the country. They look kind of fun, you know, a different experience, but I don't know that I want to fully invest that direction, you know?
Yeah, I'd like to get a dirt bike, and specifically probably like a 4-stroke, like a trails bike.
Yeah.
Not to go hit crazy trails, but to go up to like Munster, Red River, be able to just kind of go off road, no tracks, nothing like that. I don't want to
rednecks with paychecks.
No, definitely not that. But yeah, that's how I started riding, and it is fun riding in the woods and stuff like that. I wouldn't, but it's priorities, and that's just got a couple little shorties I want to get on 2 wheels before I start buying stuff for myself.
Yeah, I'd feel like a 100% a poser in that world.
That's not a poser. You're just I'm not trying to be whoever the current national hair scramble champion is. I just want to get out here and ride because I'm tired of riding. You know, it's
a good point.
I ride the street all the time. I just want to get out here and ride around in the woods for a little bit.
I think, well, kind of also further in Kyle's point, it's like, you know, like we've all ridden a lot of these roads here, and we've ridden a lot of roads across America, but like this, like riding a chopper, even if I did it on the FXR, it's a different.
Oh, for sure.
It's a different, like I'm going at like riding the chopper to California for Born Free, hopefully, you know, Lord willing, like that. I'm excited for that, even though I've ridden that probably 100 times on multiple bikes, and I've done it like I'm trying to just race there. I've done it like trying to go slow, and I'm going to go at a pace I've never traveled the country before, which could, for some people that might be an extremely annoying thing, but for me, I'm like really stoked about it. You know what I mean? I always wondered. I was talking with a buddy who's picking up his tins yesterday, and we were talking about some stuff, and I'm like, why does it seem like when I drive my van, it has no amenities? It's not comfortable to like my Jeep, or has none of that stuff. But I drive it slow, and I'm just chilling, and I enjoy it, and I'm just cruising it. Like you're old school, right? Mm-hmm. Chopper. It's not comfortable. It's not this. It's not that. I just cruise it and I enjoy it. But then I get on the things that are comfortable, and I fucking haul ass. Like I can't wait to get out of it or off of it. Like I haven't figured out that thought process in my head right now yet. Like why is that? Why I should want to be on the road glide more because it's comfortable. So why am I in such a hurry to get everywhere on it? You know?
But it's comfortable going
or maybe
faster.
because it can.
You know what I mean? Like there's certain spots where, cruising, I'm going to work or whatever. If I'm cruising, it's 80, 85, just kind of depending on how I'm feeling. There are certain bikes that feel, you know what I mean? It's just a whole different style.
That is a good point, because the road glide, if you're not in sixth gear, like 85-ish, it just feels like you're in this weird purgatory.
Yeah, you're kind of holding it up or something.
Yeah,
like that.
It just doesn't feel right. Like 90 on a road glide, especially like the M8s, stuff like that. That's perfect cruise speed, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And some of it's kind of where you're at and who you're with. I think it was our first year at Sturgis at some point where I think heading back to the campground, or we were heading somewhere. I guess I got a little behind and I just got one of those, fuck it, dude, I'm not riding. Like, I don't want to ride fast right now. I ended up, not like linking up, but ended up cruising, I don't know if it was whatever, but some of the Sturgis riding next to a couple old dudes on like Heritages and stuff. It was just one, not every day. I like, we all like to jam, but it was just for whatever reason that day I got back, I was like, I feel, it was badass. I could do this. And it was just fucking, these dudes' beards were blowing in the wind, and it was just a different style. I was like, hell yeah. But there's times where it feels criminal to go less than like 80, 85. So it all just changes, I think, on mood. But different bike would exponentially affect that.
100%. Yeah, I feel like everything this is all like this this growing into the old versions of ourselves. And all the shit all the hell yeah brother shit we've been making fun of for 10 years, it's like we're slowly becoming that in every kind of way. It's like no matter what, the old folks had it figured out, and that's just basically looking at them as like that's the path that we'll be down. You know what I mean?
Be on Heritages.
I mean, when I did that hog thing, like the people that I talked to there, a lot of them were 60 plus years old, right? But a lot of them were like fucking laying down miles, like all like 50,000 miles this year already. You know what I mean? Just crazy how much they ride. But it's like a lot of them are retired, and they chose to do their retirement.
We'd want to.
Getting their old lady, put them on the back, or their old lady has the bike too, and they're riding next to each other, and they're just visiting parts of the country on the bikes. I mean, we've ran into these people on our trips before. I think we ran into a group of folks once. Remember, we were at that tree tunnel in like Leggett or something like that, and somebody pulled up from like Pennsylvania on like some Gold Wings or some shit, and we were talking to them for a minute.
Yeah.
I don't know.
One thing you see fairly often at the shop too, especially as it gets like now, like riding weather, the last month or so, when it's people coming in on trips, and sometimes it's awesome stories, just their life, kind of how they got to this point and the trip they're doing. I mean, sometimes it's just inspiring, just badass. This is why I'm here. Thank you, dude. This is awesome. And then some people do shitty trips too, where it's like, whatever. But I don't know. I guess the older I get, it's all preference, right? Do what you want to do. Just leave me alone.
Well, another point that I think I was talking about in the podcast with Graham is that like having the road glide, and when I'm on it, like I don't look at like a 150-mile radius of Dallas-Fort Worth as anywhere I want to be on that bike, right? It's more like I'd rather rip this to Big Bend, you know what I mean? Or something like that. But on the chopper, it's like, oh shit, there's a lot of cool shit in 150 miles. And like it's kind of like getting me to look at the roads around here a lot differently and thinking about like just ripping those on a weekend thing. And it's just opened my eyes to like different shit that I've been overlooking. And I'm not trying to like paint the Road Glide as bad and the chopper as good at all. That's not what I'm trying to get at. I'm just saying like perspective wise for someone that's like finding this new thing in the chopper stuff, or just like in the old bikes in general, just slower bikes, whatever. Like finding that shit is just new and opening up to me, as opposed to like I've never been around this shit my whole life, but I've just never focused on any of this.
Yeah, you've got an emotional connection that you've never had. Well, maybe not never. You've built some cool bikes, but you're at that point where you're doing more and more. Like the MXR we've been talking about for checking in on and stuff. You're doing more and more stuff where it's, dude, what a connect. Like almost like having a kid. You know what I mean? Like way deeper of a connection with these bikes. So yeah, it's a totally different feeling than the Road Glide. As awesome as it is, and as stoked it is on the opportunity, man, I don't know, I can't speak on it, but I can only imagine what it's like to build, to ride something that you did yourself. I mean,
You made it.
Kind of the epitome of, I think, of everybody's, even if they don't admit it, every dude somewhere inside them wants to build something. I think, I hope, I know I do. So yeah, I totally get that on finding beauty in smaller stuff. You know what I mean? You're around town, but it's
just like a different perspective.
Yeah, it's really a different perspective.
It's almost like probably a bad analogy, but like a different girlfriend or wife or spouse or whatever. There's some things you do with somebody, and you do it the same thing with somebody else, and it's just this is awesome. I missed this the first time. I didn't get it. Some of it may be where you're at, age, maturity, all that. It's everything is a mixture of whatever at the time.
Jadon's trying to suck toes.
I don't really fuck with toes that much.
Yeah.
I'll tickle
Not
them
yet.
and I'll pop them.
Not yet.
Yeah.
The last year and a half, or essentially, I would probably say the last year, it's been like one build after the other, right? So it's like it was the brown FXR, then immediately the purple chopper, and then I had like a little breather, and then it was this blue FXR. And so now that I'm staring at the end of that build, hopefully at the end of this week, he'll be riding it home. It's like I really want to ride places. And you know what? Like I was thinking about this too, how, we would plan our big trips. Like we'd always like, and again, this isn't like bad, or I'm not saying this is bad. I'm just saying like we focused on Maine, Washington, like, 2,000 plus miles away kind of stuff. And we never really did much in Texas. We never really rode. I don't think we've ridden Big Bend as a group of friends ever.
No, I've still never been down there.
I honestly don't even think, as many times as I've ridden to California and on I-10, I think I've done it with you on the way home from California that year, but I don't think I've ever done it with Kyle or the rest of the boys at all. And that's crazy. Chance was with us, But so I guess what I'm getting at is that now that like, all right, well, I do want to push this chopper to California. I want to have that experience. I want to be on this bike on PCH in this place that I revere as like the mecca of motorcycling, right? On a bike that at one point in time was some raw metal on my lift. You know what I mean? Like to me, like that's like a full circle on a bike, right?
Yeah, if that's not kind of you know what I mean? Like that's badass shit, dude. Like that is top of the heap, whatever. I mean, just in my opinion, some of the coolest shit you could do. It's cool to ride a motorcycle anywhere, right?
Yeah,
like,
100. Yeah.
But you just, like I said, exponentially cooler something you built and something you had a hand in creating.
There's also like that element of like there's a big part of my, if it wouldn't have broke down on the way to Austin that time, my confidence would be through the roof. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna ride to California. It'll be easy, no big deal. But because I have gone on that bike and I did have to get it trailered home, now I have a bit of like, is this gonna work? Is this gonna happen? Honestly, talking to Graham, and when he told me about his trip when he did El Diablo on his by going to like Moab first and then back down, and he's essentially got the same setup as I do, motor, transmission stuff. So it's like, all right, it's doable. Obviously, I knew it was doable, but when you know someone that's done it personally, it like kind of gives you a little bit more of a confidence boost or whatever. But that's the other part of that bike is that it isn't as simple as turning it on and making sure it's got gas and oil. You gotta I fuck it down after every gas stop. Every night you need to go through a checklist of things just to make sure nothing's starting to get a little loose or whatever the case may be. Like you have to be on it. It's just not a button bike, basically.
And that leads to what you were saying. We were doing these big trips. We're all on bikes that something happens, we're 100, 200 miles, worst case probably, from
Yeah.
a local Harley shop. It's get it in there, and we're getting on the lift, and we're getting back on the road. Versus
Yeah.
it's totally different. You know, you could run into something that could potentially be a trip ender, you know, on day 1, 2, or 3, or whenever, and it's different, scary, but
Yeah.
it's you've done
Yeah,
fucking
and-
tougher shit than that.
I would never trade any of the things that we've done on the bikes that we've done it on, you know. And I'm you know, like I'm gonna, so Sturgis is gonna be the Road Glide, since initially I wanted to ride the Road Glide to Born Free. Well, I'm still waiting on parts from certain companies, and because this bike build got pushed basically an extra month to finish it, like I initially wanted to ride the chopper to El Diablo. That was like the event I wanted to do. But it is kind of cool now, hopefully, that I can trade that for Born Free Cali, you know. And then, you know, I'm starting to kind of put together a whole plan to hang out with you know, Gabe, Law Tires Gabe, and a bunch of the homies down in San Diego. We might go into Mexico, do some stuff, make it like a 2.5 week trip, but do Born Free, get podcast done, and then like also try to like record and make a YouTube video of the journey or wherever the fuck it is. You know what I mean? That's the other thing that's like different now is like, you know, wanting to do these trips and capture it and show it. And I think I've said it last time we did this podcast where it's like, man, I really wish I would have had that shit dialed while we were doing our bigger trips.
Oh,
You
all
know?
of us. I mean, all of us. We've got.
Yeah.
We did some of the most awesome shit. Not better than anybody, but I can compare it to a bunch of motherfuckers I really know.
Yeah.
I've done it doesn't make me any better, but I've done cooler shit than you did. And I hate that most of it's in a phone that never really got shared.
Yeah.
You know, we had fun while we were doing it, stories and stuff. James went through the effort of doing
the recap
that was more of
videos.
like riding only videos, and there was so much more to it than just the riding that I for sure wish I still got it all at some point.
Yeah.
I could do hey, here's a throwback to whatever. That's where we were in our.
I recorded almost the entire, when we did the whole like 29 days thing on the road, I recorded a lot of that. There's just not any like, all right, guys, we're here at the Golden Gate Bridge. Like, there's not a lot of that. I was really struggling at that time and I still struggle with that here and there, to be able to be vocal on them. Like, sometimes it's easier just to capture a lot of shit, and then I'll do a voiceover or something on it later. But when you have context in the moment, it gives the story much more depth, I think. A little bit more, it feels more connective to the people. Because whatever you say is like the way you feel right then. Now, you could come back to that feeling and do a voiceover and really polish your words, but it's not raw anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like
So
it's like hard to talk into a camera.
Yeah.
Like just not talking to someone, just physically looking at the little reflective screen that's facing you.
there's also still like for me, I'm still dealing with if I had a beer or two in me, then my social anxiety of it goes out the window. I'm like, oh, we're here at Cook's Corner. It's a fucking blast. Do you see this? Like, I can do that. Or I can be at a restaurant or whatever, and we're like nerding out with our friends. But if I'm by myself and I'm going across country and I'm like, all right, I'm going to go sit down at this Arby's and tell everybody what I just did, I'm more like, all right, guys. So it's like, it's scary to me. I have no idea why.
Well, for what it's worth, the vlogs have been fucking killer. Like over the last year, I don't know. I've told you this in person, but dude, they get better and better and better. Like your vlogs they're awesome. They're just as good as Thrash, in my opinion. Like it's YouTube dudes that have the stranglehold on that type of media. But there may be people doing it. They're not in my whatever.
There's a lot of really great YouTubers out there. They're like doing stuff, but I think as I have a long way to go to get better at being on camera. You know what I mean? Like Cruzy kills it with his personality and what they do, and you know the dynamic of Lance and Juan is awesome, and also like them getting into choppers as well. Like when I go to Cali, I'll probably hang out with them a little bit, do a podcast with Lance and them, and I'm gonna ask them the same thing. It's like, because we talked about this on the Graham podcast too, but it feels like a lot of our world, performance motorcycle dudes, it seems like a lot of them are either going chopper or going FXR right now. You know what I mean?
Well, just like Kyle said, those dudes have been doing it it's just a natural. We've talked about that before. How guys go in and out of hobbies, and there's dudes that get into motorcycles for a few years, and then they're deer hunter guy for a few years, and then they're boat guy and whatever. So that makes sense that, the stage 2 lowrider ST is not going to make your heart beat the same way forever. It's just not. So I think that's just, and those are dudes that, the industry guys that do it truly day in, day out. They're, you're going to sleep thinking about bikes. You're waking up, the shit where I used to hear, I wish I had to get away from bikes. Like I was so immersed in bikes, but it's, those people, it makes sense. Why, you only get so much time before. What else can I do to move the needle? Because all this stuff, you just have to evolve, I guess is the word.
Yeah, there's always like, to your point of like moving the needle, there's like, I for sure never uncovered all the potential like possibilities of riding performance motorcycles. I never did turbos. I never, built an all out crazy motor. I never, there's so many things I did not experience, but the things that I did experience, they're a part of my, like the way I do a lot of things now, the friends, the people, the way we ride, or the places we would go, like all that shit's never going to change. Like I don't ever see myself riding a road glide with ape hangers. Like it's just not my thing. Like no matter what, I'm always going to be kind of I feel like I'm always going to, like the way that I would set up a road glide is kind of always going to be that way. Right. But that's also where it gets kind of like, a little, what's the word? Like a little
repetitive.
Yeah. Cause remember you were saying a while ago, you were like, man, I could, there's great employee discounts right now on Harleys. I could get on a lowrider ST or something like that. But you're like, I got my shit dialed in. So you would just be kind of like dialing this one in the same way.
Yeah.
To me, and I know this is not for everybody, but like for me, I find joy in figuring out what that is. What is my dialed in on this? And I think that over the course of building a few road glides, once I finally dialed in, this is the perfect setup, it becomes a little, all right, there's nothing to uncover here anymore, right? Like I want to feel like there's something I need to do to this bike to give it that next thing. But it's like I got my road glides dialed in perfectly for me to just rip and run. And then it's like, all right, well, I need a little friction here. I need some kind of challenge. I need to feel like something. I need to feel like I need more required of me to do this.
You were focused a lot on like reliability on that aspect rather than like, as you said, the turbo.
Yeah.
You go into a whole different side of it where something could go wrong on a trip because you have an excess part that's not normally on a average motorcycle.
Yeah.
Well, there's also something about like certain genres or styles of bikes, right? You can't convince me the cruiser, lowrider, or you can't convince me really anything isn't better with T-bars. That being said, if I built a Vicla, a Cholo bike, yeah, I'll do the whatever. But no, I'm good. Like as far as a road glide with meat hooks, fuck that. Yeah. No, dude. Like I said, if
Rather fucking kill myself.
If something goes on a bike style wise, I'm not going to put T-bars on a Cholo Deluxe.
How you people gonna know how hard you are?
But as far as
You'll
just
show
do
'em.
it so
You'll
like
show 'em.
like that, we figured like this worked. You know what I mean? This works.
Yeah.
What if it ain't broke? Don't fix it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's one of those. Unless it's a certain style, you're going for this look. But anything I ride casually, consistently, that kind of stuff. I T-bar, for right now, that's my. I'm still in love with it. I haven't gotten over it. Haven't whatever.
Well, I'm still in that same boat where like there's a part of me that wants, like, I want to build a chopper like Haney's, his pink one that has like small wassail tank, ape hangers, fucking
Dildo on the seat.
See, I look at that. That's such a custom thing that for sure, do what you
Well,
want.
there's a feeling like that in that bike feels a certain way, and I there's a part of me that wants that feeling, right? And honestly, when I was building my bike, the purple one, the Chop, I kind of was going that direction, but like I like T-bars, I like this,
Yeah,
and everything that I kind of felt like I'd already done in like FXRs and stuff kind of found its way to this bike in a form or fashion, right? So I'm also in that world. Like there's like 6 different choppers I want to build. And there's like, I kind of want to do another FXR for myself. Obviously, I'm gonna have to sell the brown one, and it'll probably be a bike down the line. But the things I've done on this blue FXR for the guy Cody that I built it for, like I kind of want to do that shit for myself now on a bike. Like it's fucking sick. Like I would see it more as I would like to build a modern FXR, kind of like how Corey has done. You know, I don't know if it would do M8s or whatnot, but like part of me wants to do an M8 just to say I've done it.
See that? Just that is exciting. It's so great to hear. I can't pinpoint like the time, but just being friends with you for 7, 8 years almost, like I've seen you just not bottom out, but like inspiration is tough.
Yeah.
Like I'm kind of need something new. Nothing's moving the needle. So to see you find something and then do the Jace thing to it, it's dope, dude. Just as a friend, somebody that cares about you. Because I have seen you like, I think at one point you asked, "Am I done with bikes? Like, do I want another hobby?" Just you take it to perform. It's good, cool to see you. And I look up to both you guys. I'm so proud of you and happy for you. But everybody's somewhere in their journey. So all you're doing is setting it up for other people to see, and there is life past your T-barred out road glide.
Yeah,
whether you want it or not, but that's
yeah.
Like I was telling him the other day, it's the chopper. You see your best friends doing something, obviously you want to do it. I got Ricky at the shop. Oh, let's fuck it. Let's all do choppers too. Like he's had one before. But like I was telling Kyle the other day, there is the learning part. You guys already know so much more about it that it's like I'm starting from so much. Not that I won't do it one day, but right now I still need reliability and just priorities and everything. I can't start that. I want to one day, but it ain't right now.
Yeah.
I was telling him I don't mind. We've been doing chopper events since we all met. Southern Throwdown, Nitty Gritty. We've all been, now y'all, some of y'all are just getting on choppers, but we've been doing this. So there's not, for me, there's no like, oh, I did it. I gotta
fit in or anything.
Yeah,
like
somebody needs something from Harbor Freight. All right, I guess I'm the guy on the M8 Softail going to get it. But because again, that the bikes are a conduit. They're parked or whatever. Justin, hey, we're all friends. We all hang out. Fuck, what if it's gonna be in a sidecar? Or it doesn't matter inside the bar. We're still doing the same shit. So I'm happy for you guys. Envious, like in a positive way, and I'll get there one day. But I'm just enjoying watching the show, and I think a lot of fucking people are too.
Yeah, I mean, I do generally think a lot of people are looking for. They're in that same boat. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong. Again, I know it sounds like I'm harping on like baggers and stuff like that, and I'm really not. It's just something new. Yeah. You know what I mean? And even I'm gonna fix up the bagger. I'm gonna do Sturgis with it. Yeah. We're trying to do a little bit of an extended version of Sturgis like we did in 2020. And with Jacob and whoever else wants to go on that one, and I'm actually genuinely excited about that because that's a trip where we're probably going to be able to do Glacier, and I've done Glacier, but I got to do it with Bruce and Hans, which are 2 of my favorite people, but I would like to do it with you and Jacob and whoever else ends up going. So, in that trip, I think it's more about the trip than it is about the bike. Yeah, as opposed to like the Born Free on the chopper is kind of Born Free is just part of like me riding that chopper to Cali. You know what I mean? Yeah. I'm more interested in the experience of riding that bike to California than anything I'm doing in California. So even though, not to downplay Born Free or any of that shit, but
it's one of those things you've done enough times where it's hard to get worked up now for it, but as you're getting closer and closer, you'll get fired up. We all do about certain stuff like that.
Well, all the things that I'm wanting to learn as well, like as far as learning how to fabricate certain things, and hopefully soon getting into learning some machining, like those are things I just want to know how to do. Like it's watching Corey run a lathe in a mill. I'm like, God damn, this dude's a way bigger man than I am. Like it feels like he runs heavy machinery, dude. Like that's kind of like I want to be able to do stuff like that. I want to be able to you know, I ever since Corey's been teaching me stuff, the goal has always been to get to a point to where I don't have to call him, you know. And right now, like it doesn't bother me to. I'm proud to say the things that Corey does for the bikes that we build together. In a sense, like I'm not ashamed of that in any kind of way, but I want to be able to be at that point where, you know, instead of me going, hey, dude, I'm bringing the bike out so we can make wheel spacers. I'm like, hey, man, check out these wheel spacers I made. Like that's, to me, that's a level up that I'm trying to get to now. You know what I'm saying? And
it's awesome.
Learning shit,
That's
dude.
inspiring too.
Yeah.
I mean, just anybody to be able to humble yourself. You know, any man to go, "Fuck, I don't, you know, that's awesome. I feel like that is manhood shit, especially in a world industry, whatever. There's so much machismo and whatever.
Yeah.
That's to go, yeah, dude, I don't know it all. That's life. I mean, that's all there is, and shows you're growing as a person and all that good stuff. But yeah, it's awesome, dude. I couldn't be more happy for you guys.
Yeah, college needs to buy a welder. Start welding shit.
Yeah. Yeah, that's down the road. I need a weld first. I need to. So Kenny just got his welder, the power run to his garage and everything. He lives 20 minutes from me, 30 minutes from me. So
So a long way.
close enough for me to go fucking practice some welding.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So if I got the means to do it, it's better than an hour and a half to your
Yeah,
place.
yeah.
Not an hour and a half, but it's about an hour, I guess.
I got a welder at my house.
Oh, yeah, but you got to turn everything off to use this.
Yeah, I know you gotta turn all the lights off. You gotta unplug the fridge.
Yeah. I don't mind learning it. And eventually do it myself, but I would like to make sure it's something I do want to do before I go buy a bunch of fucking shit.
Well,
But I can do everything else.
yeah,
You know what
dude,
I mean?
the way you did rerouted all the wiring and did the battery box stuff, I'm like, dude, that's sick. That's those things that the chopper allows.
Right.
It's like, okay, I have a problem here. How do I fix it? And there's
Yeah.
multiple ways you could have fixed that and done that, but the way you chose is yours. You did it, and you might not open it. It's a bunch of billet or something like that, but you can say, look, that was something that didn't exist that I created to solve this problem, and that's where I feel like right now that's where I get my rocks off. I guess maybe it's an analogy or whatever you would
I was
say.
excited that whole day.
Yeah.
I was like ready to go to work and build it instead of doing what I was supposed to be doing.
It's like you sent me the photos. You're like, yo, check this out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was one of those. This big guy with a button, watching. I love Jacob Kennard's one of my favorite followers just because it seems like he's always working on something, and a
doing
lot
some
of it I
shit.
don't even know. But that was awesome watching him because I could knowing Kyle as well as I do. I could tell like he was excited. Like I could just tell with each story. I was like, dude, I'm so happy. Like he's pumped in his garage. He's having a fucking badass day. Like hell yeah.
There's so many things still that I don't know, and that's kind of one of those deals that as I immerse myself more and more and more around other knowledgeable builders and people in this culture, you start to see this stuff becomes more familiar and you start to understand what you're looking at. And I've said this a lot before on the podcast for sure, that before I started, the first time I go to a swap meet, I'm like, I don't know what the fuck any of this stuff is. I don't know where it goes. Like I know everything about a Road Glide and FXR, Softails, M8 stuff, Dynas. But when you're looking at stuff for choppers, you're like, I have no idea what the hell this thing is. Oh, it's the bottom plate for a horseshoe oil bag that holds how would I have known? Like until you start like hands on these things, it opens up. And then when you go to swap meet, now I see the allure of it. You know what I mean? I can walk around and see something and go, oh shit, I'm probably gonna need something like that on the next bike, or different types. There's just so much to like learn, and I think that's fun. And when the performance bagger thing was kind of evolving and growing, being with Kyle and Steve Chamberlain and my machinist and Daniel at Proper Baggers and all these other people that were kind of pushing that envelope, we were discovering things and learning how to do things. And, there wasn't like a thrashing catalog of parts that you could throw bars on. There was, you were makeshift stuff to make things work, right? And so it's cool that industry has come along and solved all those problems that were around at the beginning.
Yeah.
But again, the problems, I think, is what makes things exciting, is figuring out how to solve them.
For some people,
For some people,
100%.
yeah.
For sure.
For me, I think that's what it is. That's what attracted me to the performance bagger culture. That's what has always attracted me to FXRs, because they're so modular and they can be so many different ways. And that's ultimately what's pushed me into this chopper side, is that there's so many directions you can take it, and it's not that one's wrong or right. I was telling Jason Ochoa this last night, because you remember like in the early days, especially with the podcast, when I used to really harp on like, it's not a performance bagger unless it has T-bars, like I was always trying to say, look, the performance bagger stuff is a style of bike. And your big wheel bagger with, a 120R motor and a turbo, it has a lot of the things that happen in the performance bagger scene, but the style isn't there. And the same thing is like in the chopper world. Chopper is a very all-encompassing umbrella word that a lot of bikes fit under. Mm-hmm. But the style of choppers, Ochoa and Haney and Graham and all the people that we know, those style of choppers they're riding aren't the style of choppers that like Jesse James is building, right? Completely different worlds. A lot of crossover, but not the same thing. You know what I mean? So that's kind of the point that I was always trying to make with the performance bagger stuff back in the day. It's like, look, I get it. You see the same parts on the same bikes, but they're not the same style. No. Whatever. I don't know why I got into that, but
it makes sense. It's a good analogy.
But that's kind of where it's at in the chopper thing. Like Kyle's got the Evo. I really want to do an Evo chopper. Like I'm not a period correct,
Not yet.
Maybe not. Maybe that is an evolution. You get to a point where like, okay, it's harder to have a period correct bike.
Yeah.
All right. Well, maybe there's a challenge in that I want to do. But right now, I'm in love with the ergonomics of a hardtail, of jockey shifting, of the way that those bikes make you feel riding. I'm in love with that, and I'm in love with the way I feel on the bike. An Evo chop was kind of originally going to be the direction I was going to go, but I want to. The next bike for sure that's going to be mine will be another chopper, probably an Evo. And we were kind of talking about, I figured we could talk about it here. It's like, I want to ride Mexico next year. That's like, that's my next trip. I want to do a real Mexico trip. Like, after, having Chris Zimlo on and him talking about it on his way to do Mexico and then following him do the Mexico trip, I'm like, all right, dude, fuck it.
I was in Mexico.
And you were in it, yeah.
I flew there, but
and so
it was cool seeing him rip through it with just, I don't know, seeing him deal with like fucking just a language barrier and everything. Just, dude, I was just trying to order tacos and I was having trouble. I shouldn't even say that. I was with two Mexicans that spoke Spanish, so I was good to go. I had no problems over in Mexico City flying there. Watching him do it. Just fucking ripping through random ass god awful roads and shit. That were
like such.
But it was so sick.
So sick.
It's the fear of it is what's attracting me to it, right? Mm-hmm. The fear of like, man, like it. I guess it's maybe that's the envelope, right? Like we've done PCH. Can you grab that other beer for me when you come back up? Were you going down?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. The fear of going over there and riding through those spots and, doing what kind of essentially the same thing, riding the mainland down, then taking the ferry across and then riding the Baja up to San Diego and then coming back around.
Yeah.
Like doing what Dan did.
Yeah, basically doing what Dan did. And then all the dudes I'm going to go ride with in San Diego, like Gabe and all them, I told him about the idea and he's down, but I was like, this is what we should do. You guys should ride to Texas. Like say we rode together and we all met at like Big Bend, right? It's kind of halfway, a little bit more close to us, but we all rode to Big Bend, and then we all crossed through in like Presidio together and did the mainland Mexico or whatever.
Yeah, but we'd still be dropping them off basically on the way back. So.
Yeah, so that's like we're both doing the same.
Yeah.
Like they're coming to Texas and then riding into Mexico, and then we're going to San Diego.
They get to drop off earlier. We get to come back late.
So I want to do it bad, but I want to build. I mean, if the purple bike is just tits dialed, I'll take that. But I kind of want to build an Evo chop, like
That's
tall,
like bulletproof.
Yeah.
That's what I'm waiting for. I'm waiting for mine to be bulletproof.
It's gonna come.
No, it
Just
will.
takes time. It's like when I did my Sportster. Like
I was like, I was just riding it down the road and it's like coughing on me. I'm like, I'm done.
Like,
I'm fucking over it, dude. I'm
walking, and it's like what you were saying, like heading out to California, and like you're like, I'm like scared. That's the thing. It's like the road provides. It's like all the times that I rode my sporty chopper out to Born Free, I did it 6 times over the past, like over 6 years.
Yeah.
And so it's like a lot of the times I just did it solo. And then I brought back Jake one time. He lost the kickstand, and then like it was all the entirety of the time was where am I going to put my bike? All right, just go lean it up against the building. And then like we would pull into a gas station, and I had a flat tire, and we're like dead center between Tucson and Phoenix, and I'm like, I got to find a dirt bike shop. But also you're like you were talking about like I'm scared because like you want to be close to a dealership like Jadon was saying, but the thing about these dealerships now it's like they won't even work
it's not a
on
dealership.
older bikes.
Yeah, I'm not looking for that. You want to be close to towns that have access to things like
a rental
O'Reilly's.
Well,
you know, like O'Reilly's, fucking things like that. You know, and when you go out west, like the scarcity of what's available, like Pecos, Texas, it has quite a bit, but like you get down to Van Horn.
There's nothing,
bro. It's a Love's.
There's a Love's.
Yeah.
There's literally a Love's and a campsite.
You can buy a CB.
Like right behind
a CB
it.
and some window cleaner.
But even like, you know, a lot of problems I think on the road you could still solve at like a truck stop.
Yeah.
You know, like
that's what like when going into building this Evo chop. That's the reason I went with an Evo chop is because it's a little bit easier to find parts for, and the stuff I'm doing to it to build it the way I want is gonna make it towards convenient to work on.
It's easy
Yeah.
maintenance.
I'm not trying to put
just
some
in
goofy
case.
ass fucking bullshit on it that's super complicated. Just a simple carburetor, simple wheel
Yeah.
and tires, simple brakes, simple. You know, I'm not trying to find some fucking off the wall fucking. The fact that it has a sprotor on there drives me nuts. It's
But
the
they're
dumbest
sick.
shit.
It's Exile, bro.
Yeah. I mean, it does. I mean, it's a simple thing. Like the rebuild kit is 2 O-rings and a fucking set of pads. It's not.
Yeah.
It's not. It's a simple design.
yeah.
It's just. It's not practical. I'd rather have
You
Yeah,
gotta get the right
separate.
chain.
something that stops. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like I want the bike to stop. I want the bike to go, and have some style for sure with all that stuff. But keep it simple. I'm not trying to add a bunch of shit to it that's
Keep it simple.
gonna
stupid.
break, fall off. Yeah. So yeah, exactly.
Yeah, keep
Yeah.
it simple. Just keep it simple, stupid. It's
Yeah.
literally the way to go.
That's kind of why I like doing the Evo chop, finding like a Paco frame or whatever. Like I want to set the Evo chop up to be like the gold FXR chop.
Yeah.
That kind of taller stance. I'll keep things proportionate, you know, and whatnot. But and then I always do this. Like I want to build like a non-flashy bike, and they always end up being flashy. So I'm going to try to stick to like some flats and black, and you know, kind of keep it low key and just straight tough guy.
Yeah.
You know, shit like that. So
Yeah.
That's what I want to do with my Triumph right now.
Yeah.
Because it's like I don't want the Triumph to be flashy because all Triumph choppers are all low
Well, you go build
and
a-
long and
It's like
flash.
Chris's Royal Enfield. I mean,
yeah,
you build that thing flashy, dude. That's how many people are building that bike. So
Yeah.
it's like you want to build it like unique, and
Yeah.
part of the uniqueness is a good flashy build. I mean, there's no other way for you to do your first chopper than make it pretty.
We're talking about Chris's, that green one?
Yeah.
yeah,
So sick.
so
dude.
sick. Yeah,
But yeah, it's I don't know. I mean, like you said, I'm just excited to make it harder to ride too. You know, jockey
Yeah,
shift
and-
and
you know, you ended up getting that carbureted for me, and it's like those how would you say it? Everybody I've ever talked to in my life says the Super E is an easy carb, and I've always felt like they're not easy. So the fact that everybody says they're easy, that means that I need to learn
You need to
what
figure
the
it out.
fuck is going on. So part of leaving that carb on the bike and trying to figure this shit out is like I want to fucking know how this works, man. You know?
Well, it seems like it's a simple idea, right? There's
Yeah.
less moving parts. I mean, you're not dealing with diaphragms and shit, right? So
You have an
in the same way as a
accelerator
CV,
problem, but that's
huh?
about it. You have an accelerator problem.
Right,
That's pretty
right.
much
But like, you're not.
it.
Less rubber shit to fucking.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe that's my idea. I'm so out of the fucking.
Well, so like throwing a Mikuni on like, you know, a Dyna or an FXR, like
Right.
those tanks are big. They cover half of it. You usually have a big, you know, Arlen S big sucker on it or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't really see the carburetor. I mean, you see the top and like maybe the float bowl or something. But when you're on these chops and you have these small ass air cleaners or velocity stacks on it, the carb, like an S&S carb is a good looking carburetor.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So personally, like looking down and seeing that, I'm like, oh, it looks sick. As opposed to, I would love to have a Mikuni on it, but the way the Mikuni is set up, it's just so much extra shit you got to figure out to make it work on.
Mm-hmm. The idea is to have a simple,
Yeah.
something that if you have the option of 2 carburetors, they both one looks better than the other, but they're both pretty reliable in their own
Yeah.
right. Then just go with the one that looks better, right? But and I don't know. just learning it.
There-
Once you
I
get it
feel like
dialed
there's-
in, it's dialed in, right? So
I feel just opinion in my head of no actual like experience. Just knowing how a Mikuni has to be attached to something, they work good on like because they get sandwiched between the intake manifold and the intake, right, or the air cleaner. So when you have something that's bolting into the heads, like head breathers or something like that, where it's like sandwiching it together, it's bulletproof. But shovel heads don't have anything to sandwich it in, so you have to have brackets coming off of it to hold it, and then you don't bolt it. It's got like a slip and then
yeah.
there's just more potentiality for something with that kind of carburetor to
Go
come
wrong.
loose,
Having
have
gasket
intake
leaks.
leaks, things
Yeah,
like that. So
right.
that's kind of why I'm like, all right, well, there's a reason why you don't see a lot of Mikunis on
Yeah.
choppers.
That's why I went with a CV, and I ended up having to use a press-in like manifold. So you took my CV, made sure it was on the correct angle, marked it, pressed it all the way in, and then bolted it in, and then still used a bracket just to hold the carburetor so it wouldn't just fall off all the vibrations of it.
We just got Lauren's Sportster back to the house too, which has a CV on it. So I'm excited to take that thing apart and clean it and just learn that one as well. So
Yeah.
I'll be learning that carburetor as well as the Super E, kind of simultaneously.
Yeah.
That way I can learn two sources of fuel intake. That way, it's just one more knowledge, on the road.
Yeah.
How's that going with her and riding? Like, does she have any interest in riding?
No, she wants to ride it. Yeah,
Okay.
well, especially since we got to the new house, there's more places for her to learn. We're more open concrete. It was just harder at the old house, and then, once she kind of lost interest at the old house of learning. Shit, I've left the bike there since we've lived there for 2 years now. So
Damn.
it needs. I think we can really pull it right down the road now, and there's a good little cul-de-sac she can learn in,
Yeah.
and see if she actually wants to keep going on or not. But I think she'll be fine. She's pretty savvy with that kind of shit. So we'll see.
That's cool. Britta, we were talking on the way to the party last night. She goes, I really think I need to get, how expensive are dirt bikes? And because she wants to get a bike to learn how to do all the running through the gears and stuff like that. And I was like, man, you probably need like are like monkeys? Are they?
They're
Grom.
like $3,000.
Just
Like
get a
Honda
Grom.
or like so the monkey is an automatic, so it's
Okay, yeah.
So it's like you have
Are
to
they?
get a Grom. Yeah.
The new ones?
Well, then you have depending on what motor you get with it. So it's the
I
semi.
thought they were the same fucking motor. Essentially, it's just like a different setup.
Well, it's like how on my Honda Cub that I just built.
Yeah.
Like they have that semi-automatic where you can get off of it, and then it's in neutral. It doesn't matter what gear you're in. But if there's power, you're in gear. If there's no power, you're in neutral.
I thought that was how I thought they were the same as the Grom as far as shifting.
No, Groms have a full-blown clutch. That's why the
Yeah,
wheelie
Grom
guys
would be
like
the best way.
clutch
They're
with
so
the
cheap.
clutch
You can
done.
get them
Yeah.
for $2,500 all day on Marketplace, and you can blow through. Was it 5 gears or 4? I can't remember.
4.
Is it 4? But that's, I mean, it's small. It's lightweight. It's like you can literally pick it up like a little.
It's a 125
bicycle.
Thing goes 60
Yeah.
miles an hour.
Yeah, and so it's fast enough. It's street legal. You could fucking put it on the back of a tow hitch. Like,
Yeah.
Groms are only 125.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are they?
they're great.
might be even smaller than
I was gonna buy before I bought the
Yeah.
chop. I almost pulled the trigger on like a few Groms just to have for campouts and stuff. Like when she'd come to a camp out, we had the mini bike, but to have a Grom also to like just rip back and forth to the gas station if needed,
Yeah.
or just something for her to have fun on too, so
Yeah.
she could have a blast. And I think it's a great bike for, especially if, like, I don't know, not to be sexist, but like women want like something that's more comfortable to learn on, because she can figure the Sportster out, but for something that she can drop and not feel like she's gonna get crushed by it, like
Yeah.
Like half of it's
I think
plastic.
a Grom, yeah,
It's
is
just like
the
the,
way to go.
the little bikes you take at the to go get your safety course.
Yeah, and that's what she learned on, was
Yeah.
like a 500 or whatever it
Yeah,
is,
those-
the
Yeah,
Street
normally like
500.
level 250s.
She did fine. That was her first time
Yeah,
riding a
that's
motorcycle,
about-
and she
Yeah.
passed the class on the weekend, so she can do it.
Yeah.
But it's like just that comfort level. Like, she like
She just needs time.
kind of fucked her shoulder up with the Sportster, because it started to fall and she tried to catch it, and I guess she didn't want to drop it, and I was like, yo, you just got to drop the fuck out of that bike. It's resilient.
Yeah, just
It's-
know that,
yeah. And it was like-
a bike's fixable.
But she tried to catch it, and it like kind of jerked her shoulder, and
Yeah.
she kind of got spooked by it,
Yeah, yeah.
But she's not. I mean, she's willing to get right back on it. So we just haven't had a time, and now that we got it back, she's gonna start learning it. But I still plan on getting a Grom just to have a shot rip that back and forth to work. You know,
Hell, you followed me on my moped the other day.
Yeah.
That thing's fun as hell.
I love riding them. I mean, I think the idea of like a Grom is kind of cool, because I live 5 miles from work. Not that's an exaggeration. I probably live like 2 miles from work. It's
Yeah,
like
you can
10
literally
minutes.
almost throw a rock to your work.
But just to start up a bike that's quiet in the morning and just rip it up to the front parking at work, like right up on the gate.
Yeah.
I can do that on my Harley every morning, but I'm like, fuck, man, I feel like a dickhead fucking cold starting my bike at 6 a.m., you know?
Yeah, your fucking M8 is like, it's got one of the best sounds in the world with that SNS cam.
Dude, my new neighbor was inside playing video games or something like that. Cool
guy
dude. He
across the
actually
street?
worked. Nah, right next to me. Like
Okay.
his house is like right next to mine. He was inside and actually work with him too. But I got a text from him because I fired the bike up in the garage because I have a steep ass driveway. So I fire up in the garage to make sure it's gonna start. If it's not, make sure the battery's not dead or whatever the fuck,
Yeah.
like just stupid shit. But so I have to push that motherfucker back up the hill, and it fucking just it's
loud.
as fuck in the garage.
It rumbles
And then he was
loud.
like,
I
dude,
bet, yeah.
he's like, did you just start your motorcycle? He's like, I thought a fucking dragon was like, he's like, I was playing my video game with my headset on. And he's like, he fucking jumped. He thought something hit him in the fucking game. I was like, yeah, my bad, dude.
Dude, that happened to me once. I was literally playing a video game. Like, I was playing, like, Call of Duty, and I heard gunshots, and I'm like, yo, what the hell was that? Literally, there were gunshots outside of my house. And I'm like, yo, this game sounds so realistic right now.
GTA for real. Yeah,
Got some shrapnel.
It's got
in it.
haptic
yeah,
haptic feedback.
haptic feedback. Yeah,
Yep. I don't know. I need I think I was saying earlier how I've been like doing these bike builds back to back to back, and I kind of want to continue to do that. I want to like open up to maybe do some more bike builds for other people and stuff, or even like smaller stuff, like what we're doing on your bike. You know, like
Yeah.
dialing in the rear of a bike, or like open minded to those type of things. But for sure, I need a good trip planned, right homies coming on it, like.
yeah.
I want to be able to make good content videos off of the thing to show the experience. So
Yeah, back
having
and forth.
everybody kind of like on board with knowing, hey, look, we're doing this, but we got to get this to make, like everybody's like, just down. You know what I mean? Like I want to get that, and that means there's going to be differences, like I'm not
most
saying
of-
it has to only be choppers, but like it would be nice if it eclectically had that vibe. And, then we had Jadon falling behind on the soft tail.
You
or
hear that,
whatever.
Mike? I'm getting told, stay back. You can come. You just gotta stay back.
Right.
Don't show
I
your
have my
face.
adventure.
Stay out of the
Gonna do
photos.
a Memphis Shades ad. Get me in the background like a fucking asshole.
Just blows the fucking doors off us, go right in between us like he didn't search it. Bah! What?
I'm probably out, but I'm this because Sturgis is the first week of August, right? It's the end of
Yeah.
July,
Yeah.
August.
I'm talking about next year for like the Mexico thing. That's what
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
doing.
yeah. No,
I was talking
Sturgis
about
is
this
just like
summer.
an easy this year last minute trip. Like you can
Yeah.
still make a lot out of it, but you don't have to like plan.
But I kind of want to do it like April-ish. I don't know. I feel like April's
Yeah.
a good month because the other thing that I'm kind of
I
nervous.
get my PTO, so we're
For real?
great.
I'm kind of nervous about like I've only been riding the chopper in the winter. Like I haven't had it I haven't ridden it across like I haven't ridden it in 90 degrees yet. So like I'm kind of like curious to see what it
What-
acts like and feels like.
What weight are you using? on
60
your-
right now.
So you'll probably end up changing to 70.
70.
Yeah. So like when I had my shovel, it was just pure like 70 weight. Anything after May, and then like when it got back to December, we switched it back to like the 60.
Nice.
Just because it was just easier to kick.
Yeah,
There's just cause like you'll feel it.
for real.
Yeah, like just to kick through it, you'll feel it. There's like same thing with the gear oil, but at the end of the day, it's just like takes 2 or 3 kicks through just to warm up the transmission, just to be like, all right, I want to actually start now.
Yeah.
So back to the mini bike thing for Britta, just because I'm kind of in a similar boat. Is there one are you looking at getting something you have to kind of build up, or are you looking for
No.
something turnkey for her?
Just I mean, I literally just talked about it last night. So it's such we need to look, we need to figure out what the boxes are. We need to find to even check out, it would be nice to be something that is purposeful past the point of her getting comfortable on it.
Right.
Like I don't want to have a note on a $3,000 bike. You know what I mean? And then 6 months later, she's like past that and wants a Sportster or some shit. You know what I mean?
I
So-
think that's why the Grom checks all those boxes.
Yeah.
Because it's small enough to travel with, but like it's street legal.
Also, like, I talk all that shit about you guys bringing mini bikes to fucking events and golf carts and stuff. So it's like I can't go do that as well. It's like me.
But it's not for you, it's for her.
Using AI for my ads or something.
Yeah,
shit,
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Or
Yeah,
you think
but
about more
it's for her.
your
It's not for
kids.
you.
Yeah, Jamie knows how to ride, but she would almost same thing.
Yeah.
Would like to start off very,
But still,
and
you
then
also
work
want to be
up.
able to like get
But
the
then yeah,
girls
Murph,
going.
like we're taking Murph to Born Free Texas this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the whole thing was she's gonna have something to rip on. I'd like to have two.
Yeah.
one for Jamie, one for her.
I just got a like a Tao 110 from like one of the contractors at work for free, and like I just have to put a carburetor on it, put a battery on it, and just a push to start. It's fully automatic, so it's a one gear, but it'll go up to like 40. It's like the perfect bike. Like hell, I'm 6'3", I can sit on it, and for me, it only just needs a gas tank, and then it'll be up and running. So that will be up and running. It'll be available. Say if anyone needs to bring it to Born Free, just like I was talking with Kyle, we're just gonna throw
Yeah, I
it
got a
probably
buddy
on
with
something.
that's bringing a
Because
whole
I also have a
trailer down,
moped.
so-
Nice.
That thing goes like 70.
Yeah.
so
It's one of the things. Murph's been riding with me for a year and change now, and just the natural.
Yeah.
Get her something. We're moving a little more
High
rural.
speed thrills.
Yeah. Get her something that
Free's
she
a
can jam around
good
on
one to
too,
have
but
a-
just Born Free, man.
It is.
It just there's no.
Just so big.
It's Adam's sons. They're the same age. They're within a couple months of each other.
Yeah.
They've never met, but it's one of those things. I know he always comes out there with his little mini bike. It's just one of those things like, hey, y'all are friends. Watch out for each other. Go ride.
Oh, it's
and
like
have
Dan.
fun.
Like Dan just brings his kids, and like it's just a gang.
He doesn't see 'em
It's
till the rest-
literally, it's like a gang. Of
Yeah, you
kids.
see
all
the
went
whole
over.
like thing. They go, what's up? My name's Dragon. You know, that kind of shit.
Yeah,
And
they're all
then-
beating up on Kickstart Mike, running them over and shit.
Yeah. Did you hear about that story? Like Kickstart. So one of
of
I
the
think it was
kids,
Eric Vaughn's son.
Yeah.
Accidentally ran into Kickstart Mike and like cut his leg. And then like didn't know what to do about it, and so like he kind of ran away. And
he
then
did the
they,
Jadon.
they had to find out who this kid was, and then like at the end of the day, it was just like there was no problem, but it was
Nah,
just like
and he
hey.
felt so bad. That's
Oh,
what I
yeah.
heard. Yeah,
And
but
then-
that's like they fucking know what's going on too.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Okay, Mike's of all people is like, I'm just probably happy to see these kids on bikes. I'd rather not get hit by them, but
He's just
You always
excited
gotta
that-
kinda put the
he's
fear of
just
God on
excited
him.
that the younger generations are into it. So.
We're sure he wasn't eating an ice cream and kind of like, yeah.
they fucking roll up his ass.
Yeah, I think so. We're still doing the pre-party, but we're doing it at Born Free this year on Thursday. So I think a lot of us are gonna go Wednesday night and like get set up, get dialed in, and just have that. We always talked about it at the camp out, right? We always want to do that. We're gonna stay Sunday, and it's just gonna be us. But we're all like fucking
Yeah.
Yeah,
cooked.
y'all are like
By the time Sunday comes around, we're just like, I just want to be in my bed. I want to shower. You know what I mean? So like, I feel like going early gives you that kind of piece of like
yeah. You do it off the
chill,
break.
and then you still do the thing. But Jake's, we're going. Last year you were there, so like we did the full martini and old fashioned bar. We're going hard with that this year. Like, come
shirtless
night,
dudes.
huh?
Shirtless dudes.
Shirtless dudes. The thing is, I keep telling everybody is like, if you want to bring chicks to your booth, you put hot dudes in it.
And since none of us are hot, we have a Jake.
Yeah, we have Jake.
We have a Hulk.
We could put Bobby on there. Bobby could be
Yeah, Bobby's a handsome man.
Bobby's happily. I mean,
Yeah.
he loves his chick.
But it's like,
no, but just to have him out there fucking serving drinks.
Yeah, he's,
Hey, can I-
he's the waiter and Jake's making the drinks, so it's just like
Spank him on the ass.
do you
Get your
want?
ass out there and get to
Yeah.
work.
it's funny. It's a joke, obviously.
Yeah.
But
I'm gonna walk through, so we're gonna join. Some chopper chick's gonna tell me to get lost, pussy, or something. I have my shirt off. Call me a little boy or something.
Yeah, take it easy, Shaggy. Get the fuck out of here.
dude, that just, it was like
Then I'm hitting her with a mini bike and running away.
last year when Jake did that, it just like, it pulled the whole idea of the hill.
It was just fun, yeah.
It was
That was
perfect.
Thursday
Having
night
someone like
last year.
DJing
This is
and
Thursday. No, I think it was Friday night.
serving drinks and DJing, and it was like cool.
Because it was a night, there was like, everybody was getting, technically you really should only drink like one espresso martini. You shouldn't but I don't know. We were going so hard with that shit. Like, it
No,
was,
we're all caffeinated.
yeah.
Well, I mean, like, fuck.
Were y'all there Thursday night last year too?
Thursday night was when we did the industry party down with Moto Loco and Law Tigers.
At Strokers?
No,
No, like
Yeah,
in the bowl.
Okay.
And then
Like you had like a certain wristband to get in or something like that.
Yeah.
We snuck
Alright.
in. It's all right.
We got in Friday.
yeah,
I guess I remember Jake a little bit doing that, but we also went to bed. It was like the weekend
Friday
over
was
ago.
the go hard night because Saturday was when it rained, and we ended up at the bar that night up there doing stuff at the bar. So Friday was the night that it went hard. So I think we're gonna do it again this year, times 10. We got Dustin's coming back with LFG. Taylor will be out there. Kabuto will be out there. We'll be out there. Like I said, we just got to. That's our hill. We can do whatever the fuck we want to do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Dustin was such a great addition.
Yeah.
Him
Even a
and
band,
his family
dude.
especially.
I can do whatever the fuck I want.
Just gotta make sure those dudes don't park next to us.
We got that all figured out now.
Yeah. Jaden's going to run him over with a mini bike.
No, I'm excited about Born Free. It's one of those deals. And then what's good, dude, there's just so, like, post Sturgis, there's, like, so many things going on. Like,
Every weekend.
yeah, every weekend. So things that I'm trying to do for sure is usually after Sturgis, it's like it's a downtime for, like, me. I think I was talking about earlier. It's like not a lot of paint work, not a lot of shit happening. It's kind of like everybody just got their nut for Sturgis, and there's nothing that anybody's like in the build for some shit or whatever.
The dog days of summer.
Yeah. I so badly wanted to go last year, but I couldn't because of doing the chopper to the Chopper Fest in Kansas City. I want to go to that so fucking bad.
That'll be sick.
Kansas City, like I've fallen in love with that place. I've only gotten a sliver of like anything there. So know some folks there now. Bring you guys up, go do some stuff.
That's a. I
see my grandma.
It's a fucking ride, but if
It's
you
an
get
easy
up
ride.
early in the morning, you can be there.
Dude, we could literally leave here, go ride the Talamina, stop in and Joplin and have some, a late lunch with Frank, and then it's like an hour and a half or 2 hours from there to Kansas City, like just straight north. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
That's making it all. We're riding
Yeah.
all day doing fun shit.
So we rolled through
If
Tulsa
you
and hit up fucking.
Wanted to
some
leave your
boys.
house at like 5 a.m. I
Yeah.
know plenty of old dudes.
or we just go
smash
spend the night
highway
at your
miles.
house.
Well, I know plenty of dudes
Yeah.
that smash highway miles that'll leave early as fuck, hit Kansas City for lunch. And
Yeah.
come, one of those like kind of a whatever. But it's cool.
chili.
It's dope.
I want some chili,
I
yeah.
want some chili.
No, but I want to do that event. So you got that, and then Kick and Twist now, like Ochoa and all them were doing at
We're doing that for sure.
Fayetteville, and Arkansas.
Fayetteville. So that's like the week in before, or 2 weeks before Born Free.
It's like the first week of October or something.
Yeah,
like that.
so we'll do that.
it is.
I'll probably just trailer up there. I'm not going to try to ride that one, especially like I don't want to ride through that area on the way up to Kansas City and then turn around and ride right back to that area 2 weeks later or whatever. But Born Free, and then you didn't do this? Did you were at the Stampede last year?
Yeah.
Yeah, that is growing into something bigger this year.
That was cool.
They got a new venue. Miranda's like gonna be running point on a lot of things, which will be sick. I want to do the same shit we did last year. Get the house,
The house was sick.
dude.
Because they moved it, right? So it's not in that.
It's
that
gonna be
corner
right
anymore?
by Billy
Stockyards.
Bob's now.
Oh, so it's in the
So-
other section. So it's gonna be
Other
like
section,
right across
yeah.
the street from the museum.
Yeah, so it's
like, there's that museum. That's
dude.
right there.
We had a blast, especially the first
Yeah.
night with Larry, Lone Star Choppers, and those dudes coming down.
Yeah.
This
Dude,
one, a few months ago when Josh was in town.
no, that was swap meet.
That's right. Swap meet.
Yeah.
That's right.
This was in like November. So
Yeah.
last year it got fucked because it was the same weekend as Lone Star Rally and the Beaver Bash.
So yeah, everyone that would have been there.
Yeah.
So all the people that like had their bikes in the show weren't even at the show because they were all on another trip on different bikes.
Yeah.
I get it. Thank you. Thank you for the clarification.
So fortunately now that is in a different spot, so it doesn't conflict with like Lone Star Rally or the Beaver Bash, and then Beaver Bash again, and then it's like, all right. So it's like Sturgis, bam, 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 and there's party at the Pin. There's fucking.
Yeah, that's an Idaho. I want to go to that so bad.
I've been talking with
Full
Tay
Tilt
from
looks sick, too.
Storm Riders about meeting up with him and Axel,
Yeah.
and riding to the congregation in
North Carolina.
And now that Better
The last
Mike,
thing your shovelhead was on.
Yep. Yeah, I got invited to congregation when I had my blue shovel.
Nice.
So I drove it out there in like the 18 hours.
Yeah.
And then my clutch broke when I was there. So luckily I brought my Dyna. So I was able to ride around on that.
Sick. So yeah, they're gonna be riding through, and they just like, man, just come link up with us. And I was like, that'd be a great like opportunity to ride with some guys, some people I became friends with over the last year, and go do that event. But it's also like it's a couple weeks after Sturgis. We're doing Sturgis and Glacier and Salt Lake and this big loop home, which money ain't flowing in this shop like it was in 23. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's a little difficult to do the shit that I used to do. You know what I mean?
I think we
But-
keep that one pretty simple though.
Yeah.
So in the long run, you know.
I'll tell you what, the camping gear is coming back. That's for damn sure. 'Cause it's fucking,
So like even this year, like June, every single weekend of June, there's something.
Yeah.
So it's like we now have the Paradise Road
dude,
Show.
I'm so
coming
excited
down.
about that shit, dude.
Yeah. So I went to the one in Tennessee.
You did?
Yeah. So I ripped out there Friday night after work, and I got there around like 5 o'clock in the morning and hung out. That's because I met Axel in the pool, and they're like, yeah, they're like they were talking about, and I'm like, so what happens if y'all ever break down? They're like, yeah, they're like there's some rental car dude my buddy Liam knows. I'm like, yeah, what's up? Nice to meet you. And he goes, who are you? I'm like, I'm the rental car guy.
That is good to have that as a backup, though.
Yeah.
if like all like
I never think about hitting you up whenever I'm even considering it. I know we've talked about like doing a Mama Tried, get a bus or like a van and just doing a party van all the way to Mama Tried. That'd be sick, dude.
Yeah.
Go to Davenport first.
Oh yeah, just like
get a minivan or
yeah,
fucking
just get a Suburban
passenger
or
van.
just literally an 8-passenger minivan and just
Yeah.
like make it quick
That
in
would
and
be
out.
fun.
Like don't even bring bikes because
Yeah.
there's no need to ride them because we're not
Yeah.
going to be seeing straight.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Paradise Roadshow things would be sick. It's for me, like photography wise, like I've always wanted to do the one in Palm Springs. Just backdrop, cool cars, cool bikes, aesthetically, unique folks and shit like that. It's just photographically, it's a paradise to shoot, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, I think they had some scheduling conflicts with Nashville.
It got bought out.
That's
so
right.
the actual hotel or the motel got changed ownership.
Yeah.
And then they, Audrey, it's how I don't know how it's spelled, but she like contacted them and then conflict of not interest, but just like conflict of
For you,
Like, they don't
price
wanna
is
do that.
price is an increased, buddy. Price is increased, buddy.
yeah.
It's one of those situations.
No, that was such a cool show. It's like I would say if I were to go back to one, like which I'm so excited. It's coming down to Austin. 'Cause
Yeah.
It's only just a quick rip down the road.
Well, the good thing about the one in Austin, they're doing it at the Austin Motel, which is a sick spot. It's in a prime area.
What part of the year? This
is in 3
Paradise
weeks.
Roadshow.
Yeah, it's like 3 weeks.
Yeah, it's
a
June.
chopper show?
It's like
The
yeah,
weekend
chopper show. It's a
after-
chopper and car show.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. The weekend after we go down there for Eric's memorial.
I think it's the 13th, or
Yeah.
it might be the 12th. It's either the 12th or the 13th.
12th.
Yeah, 12th
through-
through the 14th.
So Kyle and I got rooms, and like you have, like I think the rooms are sold out now. Well, I thought they were sold out when I got my room, but whatever.
Yeah, I think you got the last one.
I
So
don't know about
you
that.
have to book like 2 nights. Like you can't just book. I'm just gonna be there Friday, Saturday. So I'm excited about it. I think Britta, we didn't because I've been working on that bike. Like our anniversary, her birthday, we haven't had a chance to kind of like go just be away from the
Do
shop.
y'all.
Yeah. So I think we're gonna either we'll probably either stay a day or two afterwards and somewhere else, and finally have like a little bit of a, I don't know.
Get away.
Yeah, if you're down there in Austin and then looking to do another 2 days, you've got the whole hill country at your
Yeah, yeah.
disposal.
But I mean, like, I'm gonna ride the chopper down. That's gonna be I have
Second
not,
maiden voyage.
yeah, I gotta get. I think Austin's the thing I gotta fucking conquer on the chop, and then basically ride it down there. Everything feels good, looks good. Bring it home from that. Really clean it, really dial it in, and the complicated thing about like traveling for me is that I have to take so much camera gear for podcasting and photography and shit like that. So these fucking lenses are huge. They can't I literally bought a new camera, financed it. That's smaller so that when I'm on, I can have less footprint in the bike whenever I'm traveling and shit like that. So, I want to take camping gear, but it's like also I don't want my bike to look like fucking the Beverly Hillbillies going down the road with so much shit on the back of it that The goal is always to look like Cody B going on the highway. Like,
Yeah, nothing.
That's
like
like
a little
Chones
how he
and a
does it.
fucking
Still don't know how he
and a
does it.
vape. He got a vape and a pair of underwear,
dude has a
and
fresh
somehow
fit,
has 40
fresh-
Dixons in there.
with different shoes to match each one
Yeah.
in a fucking what's it called? It's my Rams.
Sick.
Oh yeah, these are
Sorry, I fucking hit this little fucking.
these are the next chopper wheels. These are my IROC Z's.
Nice.
Blades.
Little 5.
Those are sick.
Yeah, they're dope.
Yeah.
I think that, yeah.
They were supposed to be a 21 though, so that's what sucks is it, and then they went out of business.
Is that 1918?
So it's 1918. So I still have an 18-inch rear
Yeah.
wheel. So this is going to be the Evo chop.
I like that front because of the radius on it.
Yeah.
So it's not like just how the normal spool hubs just end on like a 90 degree.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
looks sick because like your bolt will go all the way through.
I really want the Evo chop to be an embodiment of whatever the 80s,
Yeah. Just
Was.
tough.
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
like
Hairstyles.
Knight Rider, fucking like LCDs, screen. I don't know, fucking.
We're gonna get you
Oh
some
yeah, yeah.
Rogaine.
The little
Hey, we're
fucking
gonna-
digital
Yeah,
fucking
we're gonna get you some
calculator.
Rogaine. We're just gonna get you like an afro, just like just some curly hair.
Dude, that'll be That's kind of same with mine with just boxy and
yeah,
like-
yeah,
I don't know. There's just something because if you buy an 80s or a 90s bike, I'm not trying to make it look like a 60s bike.
Yeah,
To an
yeah.
extent, like obviously skinny and all that stuff, but like to throw some flair, like more like the death metal stuff from that era. I
Oh,
like
yeah,
that
yeah.
shit. So I think I'm gonna go run that route with mine. But
Have you
chains and shit would be sick.
Yeah. Have you
Dude.
decided somewhat of like what you want to do?
yeah. What do you want to do on
paint-wise?
yours? Like I know.
I don't know yet. That's what I was telling Mike on the way here. I was like, I kind of want to go. It's almost just like hard not to just go black with it, like a high gloss, like paint job with the frame and everything, flames or whatever, chains, something like that. I know that's been done a lot, but like, and then
Chain
do my
flames?
own little paint job on the fucking tank.
Yeah,
But
you know-
like, yeah,
there's a part of me that wants to explore what chopper paint jobs are going to be from my shop.
right,
You know?
right.
Like this is a whole new experience for you too.
Yeah,
Like, you've
because-
done yours.
Like Scott from Chemical Candy has a style that's him.
Yeah.
And I don't paint like him, and I don't want to try to paint like him.
Yeah.
But I want to figure out how to make what I do fit into that category, but be an offering to the community of choppers for
Something
people that might
different.
like it, right? So
Yeah.
you know,
bring a mixture of like how you do your
Yeah.
baggers.
Well, I'm
now.
already planning on having mine painted by you. So
Thank you.
and
Thank you.
whenever the time comes after I get the shakedown and all that stuff, whenever that just happens to be, I'm gonna do it because the only thing I might just do my little fucking drawing on the tank. That's all I want to do. Maybe.
yeah.
I got a little triangle in front of the seat too that has some surface area that we can do something cool with.
Yeah.
I don't know. Whatever you think is what you're wanting to run with some of this stuff.
The other thing, like Corey from Main Drive and I have been talking about a lot over the last couple of years as we've been kind of working together is how I think his words, I might be stretching him a little bit from what he actually said, but he kind of wants to start being a little bit more custom in the things that he does.
Yeah.
Like custom meaning like, how would you
Not
say it?
like because like his space chopper was like the
Yeah, it was-
two-tone, but it was so sick
Yeah.
because it fit that bike.
Yeah, I feel like no matter what, I'm gonna butcher the way he worded it, but basically, because he's always done super custom shit. That's not what I mean, but like he's stepping out of a box in a way, right?
Yeah.
And I kind of want to start to hone in skills that are more appropriate for choppers and these style of paint jobs that it doesn't really fit on the bagger world. Like
Yeah.
I want to do more hand brushed lettering, logos,
Yeah. Right.
things like that. That shit's fun. Like
Yeah.
hand brushing stuff is fun, and I really want to airbrush more, but like I really don't at the same time.
Right.
It's kind of a
I don't know, man. Like that's kind of right down the alley with your '80s chopper, though. Like the van paint jobs from back then.
Yeah.
Like do like a little something with that.
Well, I always think about Oliver's Doberman bike.
Yeah. Right. Exactly.
Oh
Both
man.
of them, the blue and the gold.
They're so tough.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So there's a part of like, I would say like my I've said it a million times, but like my Mount Rushmore, realistically, especially in the chopper things, is like Oliver, Al Emerson, fucking Power Plant.
Yaniv.
So, Swag City, dude.
Dude, he makes the coolest shit.
Like his Born Free invited builder this year, he took that Softail and did him and Hawk Lachey.
Yeah, I mean,
They just did
kudos
something
to
that,
Hawk. I definitely want to put him in that category too, but dude, Yaniv's bike was just, in my opinion, and no disrespect to Hawk, it was just a league of its own, man.
Oh yeah,
You know, it was simple, but not.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
And I would say
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
like each one of them have like their own, like it's
thing
like
was-
when Hawk went, his first build for Born Free was that iron head that everything was backwards.
Yeah.
It was something that like no one had ever seen. And then like, when you're welding all the X links on your chain, so it looks like a smooth piece rather than that. Like he just went above and beyond. It's not everyone's cup of tea, but it's like with Yaniv and like the way he has power plant set up, it just looked correct for that platform.
I think what's attractive about Yaniv and his style is it all feels usable.
Yeah.
It feels like when he builds a bike, even if it's a chopper, it feels ridden. It feels like something you want to ride.
Like there's a purpose.
I would say that, like, in my opinion, and no disrespect to Hawk because he's a fucking master.
Yeah.
Right. I feel like he makes very, very custom bikes that I want to look at.
It's a show bike.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a show bike, not a go bike at the end of the day. Like, yes,
That's
can
how I
all
would-
be.
yeah.
They can all be ridden. It's like how you did your purple bike.
Yeah.
Like, yes, it's painted really nice and like it's very clean, but you also built it to ride.
Yeah.
Because like your goal was to ride around the country on now a chopper to experience something else that you'd never have before.
Yeah.
Because yes, you did it with your Gold FXR, and even like when you did your RT, like FXR, it was a different experience. Like I remember.
Yeah. That's the breakdown years.
Oh, that was so the year that you did that, and like you went with the two guys out of Houston, like Mason and them.
Austin.
I was on, y'all were on the 40. I took the 10 on my Sportster, and I was just following y'all.
Oh shit.
And so it's like, while y'all were going through there, I was just like a couple hundred miles south of you guys, had the exact same aspects.
On the
So,
trip.
Yeah, on I just did it solo.
Yeah.
But just like I was meeting up with Mason because I know him from like action sports and
Yeah.
everything. So
Yeah, that's kind of, his style is just, it's dope. And like I said, I want to like start to flex that muscle and
Yeah.
work those things and be able to kind of. The other thing is like whenever Kyle like reached out or he started like really starting to say like I'm thinking about a chopper, dude. I think we talked about it at Bike Night a time or two, but it was like there's just not a lot of them for sale. Like if you type in on Marketplace like
Yeah.
chopper or whatever, like you're gonna get inundated with like iron heads and sports
Oh.
fitters
yeah,
and
so
shit.
it's so you're mostly looking at iron heads and just like rebel stuff that people
Yeah.
just like
Yeah.
from like the early 2000s just chop because
Yeah, it's
if,
all
like, that
fucking big,
swing arm
like
is
big
just a
tire
little
fucking
easier to
chopper
do.
shit.
So I'm like
Pellet.
wondering if like I actually think that it'd be cool to have like I don't even know if it's feasible. Like I don't know how to do a cheap bike honestly, because as soon as I start fucking with something, next thing you know there's ARP everywhere. There's this, there's that,
That's
and
what
so
you're comfortable with.
and so that $2,000 bike that I was gonna put $4,000 in it and try to flip it for 10, I'm 10 grand in the bike. I'm probably 10 grand in labor, and I'm not gonna be able to sell it because it's gonna be a loss no matter what. So, but I think that like finding a way to like build some like Evo style chops or something that you could like do at a relatively decent price.
Yeah, like 5 to 7 grand. Like
Well, yeah, like
total.
maybe that's what you have in it,
Yeah.
but it's something that like for instance, like Kyle said, you had a $10,000 budget, right?
Yes.
You were willing to spend 10 grand if the right bike was there. And
Right.
Maybe even another grand more if it was more the right bike.
if it was there.
Yeah. So my thing is like, okay, well, yes, the dude that can get the bones he needs for 5 grand is not a bad deal if he has the ability and the access to get all the other shit he needs.
Right.
It's not going to be, maybe he'll be able to come in at 8 grand on all the shit. But if you could provide almost 90% of whatever this customer would want for 10 grand and you're still making money,
Yeah.
like first off, I guess what I would have to be at a point is, could I get an Evo Softail, which are dirt cheap.
For now.
Yeah,
For now.
roughly like 3.
Remember the fucking FXR fucking shit?
It's good. Choppers are going to be the next thing.
But so
we're
that-
going to have dudes just scooping.
Because it's all the movies that are coming out. It says you have the other movie that
Yeah.
Matty Matheson's on, like Born to Lose, that's coming out, and like it's right now going through the.
But I don't think
like that
movies really
film
have
thing.
it. It's just
I've-
it's more of an Instagram culture thing.
Yeah.
Some
Instagram
of it, but still,
vintage.
there's a whole bunch of dudes that have been doing, watching and emulating, and when they see, okay, this is the next move. All right, I'm in it. I don't want to name
Especially
names.
the swap meet dudes.
Yeah.
I don't want to name names of like 2 or 3 dudes we know across the country, but I can think of dudes that they're fans or whatever. And I just when I see I got this truck, makes
Yeah.
sense. Like it's cool. It's inspiring.
Well,
It's
I
awesome.
think that what it is basically is like once you see it done, you know it's possible, and it creates like an open pathway to like something. So like if you say for instance like you've been following thrashing, and they've been on the bikes that you know about, right? And then we're gonna ride carbureted Dynas or FXRs. That opens up your mind to like, that
It's possible.
it's possible. You showed me this stuff. So now when I see those bikes, I see something there that I usually would just overlook. And now when they get these bikes done, these panheads and shit and these choppers, you think I might influence some people that they have so much
More reach.
and not control, but like influence and like positively. It's going to be a lot of people really want to be in choppers, man.
for sure. But I've already told you this. I'm saying it on the mic. Dude sold a
I mean, I influenced them, and
Guy
then they
walked in.
influence millions. That's how it works.
Well, dude walked in with a Fast Life Garage shirt, and I go, "Where'd you get that?" He goes, "Online." I go, "Gay, dude. You should have got it in person." He was like, "Huh?" I was like, "It's one of my buddies, man. What's up? What can we do for you?" But after chatting him up, he said between your podcast and page and the thrashing guys, that's what kind of convinced him. In fact, man, he's Mike's size, maybe 100 pounds more, getting off a Sportster, looking at a Dyna. This is a guy couldn't take off of a Dyna or the Dyna he was on when there was a better one available for that much more. But there's out there. I'll tell some names of some people we've met on the road or whatever that like, this dude will have one. This dude will have one. It's there, man. You guys are making it seem they're more than cool, but also like I said, there's guys that have been following 6, 7, 8 years.
Probably in the same boat as we are too.
their
that have been
performance-
doing,
the
Yeah, they're
performance
looking
scene.
for something new, man.
I can think of a dude in Texas who's had a couple badass bikes,
Yeah.
and he's got to be itching for.
Well, it's like the MA FXR platform. So it's like that. What was that? When did Corey do his first one? Because the FXR division did one like the year before.
Corey, I think, really came out with his, I think in 21 or 2.
like
5, 6.
Yeah, it was like the year after I went to Sturgis. So like that 21, because he showed up to the
Yeah.
camp out with it bare before
So-
it was painted.
Corey says this all the time on the podcast. Like FXR division, Justin Coleman, those dudes pioneered that stuff.
Yeah.
And I really feel like, Corey was one of the ones that made it feel accessible.
Doing it with hand tools.
Hand
stuff
tools.
in his garage.
When he
not in
did
a full shop.
did our podcast that did really well, but he also did remember Get Bent Moto. He did that like video with him, and Corey's very articulate, so he's able to kind of like explain things in a very just like he's not dancing around words the way like I do. You know what I mean? So yeah, he's smart as fuck.
My boy got big brains.
he made the words good.
But yeah, so like it did. I think that like the FXR tour the first year. Look, I mean, I'll argue with anybody. I think that my gold bike and Corey's and FXR division they did the first. Well, actually, technically, Bare Knuckle Paul was also doing a monoshock FXR chopper, and Bare Knuckle Paul's always he's from St. Louis. They've
They do that high and tight.
He had an FXR chopper before I did for sure.
Yeah.
But I always tell people like, look, my FXR chopper is like Kill Switch Engage, right? It's kind of mainstream.
The band.
Yeah, like it's kind of mainstream. But if you want to get into a little bit of deeper culture, this is a good like gateway drug to get you into it. It's not.
It's just opening the door for you.
It's it's attractive enough for people that like just rock and like, oh, this is kind of heavier. I'm into this. But it could open up the pathways to some deeper, darker shit. You know what I'm saying?
Bad analogy. I like your FXR. I fucking hate Kill Switch Engage.
Well, I bid you farewell.
Yeah, yours is more like Cannibal Corpse or Dying Fetus, but before you get to like some of the newer, obscure death metal, that's also way more intricate and cool.
Yeah, but nobody knows those. Like everybody knows
Hey,
Kill
I'm
Switch.
just on
Yeah, but they
Hatebreed
do.
still,
It's
so I have no
just-
idea y'all
Hatebreed's
talking
a
about.
better, honestly, a
Hatebreed,
better
Yeah,
entrance.
Hatebreed.
Well,
I'm
I just
talking
say
shit.
that.
You're
to
right.
say
No,
that-
you're 100% correct with that analogy. I'm just.
I just say that to say that I
Yeah.
I know that our bike was inspirational to a lot of people to want to build them, right? And I appreciate the ones that do reach out, even though a lot of them do it in the, hey man, I just want to tell you that bike really changed. Like, it's like, dude, what's wrong with just saying, hey, you know when Trenton was building his Dyna in from Cruises, so dude, he was shouting me out all the time, like, dude, I was inspired to do this bike from riding my gold chopper.
Yeah, I played that video at the shop recently.
You know?
Yeah.
And I'm like, I appreciate that because that's what I do. Whenever I'm inspired by somebody, I fucking tell the world like, yo, I want them to get their fucking get their accolades for doing something that has, moved me to make a decision or change something or try something, right?
I think that's, but maybe it's not a chopper bubble or anything, an explosion, but there are dudes that the TPJs, the Corys, there's so many talented dudes that have been doing this for a minute that I think there was a whole group of people that were just so performance. You didn't really see them or notice them or pay attention or whatever. May not just been in it long enough to respect it. That now I think those guys are gonna. It's like
you brought up a great example because TPJ, right? I would say he has always had a performance style to the choppers he's built, right?
But he's been doing this for a minute, and I feel like that's one of those dudes. All of a sudden, not that people don't know him and stuff, but all of a sudden, like bike night, we're gonna be here. Oh, did you see the TPJ? Like, dude, this guy's he's been around for a minute, but it's for whatever reason. A lot of it. People that have come up with the podcast. It's now the chopper scene is in their consciousness, where before it kind of wasn't. It was performance bikes and traveling. Or nothing. That's that's what it is.
That was the basis of this podcast forever.
And now, like I said, there's just a natural progression. I've been doing this forever, and then all of a sudden, what about this? Okay, yeah, maybe this isn't as hard as I thought, or it's not as inaccessible as I thought. And Jason's, it's like I said, just the same inspiring. Where
the other thing, I want to finish my thought on TBJ. He's doing a lot of badass shit right now, but I feel like if he was to really just build a chopper, like, do what he's always done, but with his accessibility to things he has access to and the way he could build bikes, bro, like he could really, like, I mean, he does, he still builds bikes, all that shit. I think he could be at the place he could get the accolades he really deserves. Recognition. Yeah. Sorry, these two tall boys got me fucking saying the words. Sorry.
yeah, it's getting on the stage in front of.
Usually I'm talking shit about TBJ, but I'm trying to give him fucking credit right now. So
I don't know if I've actually ever met him. So
he's a dick, dude.
See, there we go. Yeah, it gets you going.
He's pretty rad.
He's pretty
awesome.
rad, but
I've only heard good things about him.
He's literally
so.
like my favorite person to talk shit to, and I need to text him. I haven't texted him in a while, so that's a good reminder.
Let's leave him a heartfelt message right now.
But yeah, he's one of those guys that's been doing rad shit.
He texts me all the time and shows me like, you got my wife drinking these fucking martinis, dude. What the?
He's like, why is my wife staying up at night now? Thanks.
But yeah, and it's awesome to see people like him about to move into a whole other. I don't know if you call it mainstream, but a whole other
To continue to succeed.
bunch of eyes. You know what I mean? A whole bunch of new eyes are being brought on them. It's
that's
awesome.
And that's kind of what the point of the podcast has always been, right? It's to, I've always been learning shit and it's been a journey of itself. And I mean, dude, we had a drop off of listenership over not over, but when I really started, honestly, 23, when I finished the gold chopper and I started doing that, a lot of things changed. We had friendships that kind of changed. We had, my interest was in these bikes, and the knowledge and the ability to make these bikes became a little bit more interesting to me than you telling me about, well, everybody does alloy art, but I did Speed Merchant. It's like, you know what I mean? Like,
You put a purple Lego on instead of a green Lego.
Yeah.
Awesome.
so it just kind of
connects.
it got a little bit repetitive, And and as far as me sitting on the other side of the table, I was losing interest in it because I'm also sitting across someone that's like telling that I'm giving them a platform and this is fucked up to say. I'm also sitting right here going like, God damn, dude, like you probably shouldn't be on here for another 2 years. You know what I mean? Like the performance scene was so young and the people that were doing it was a smaller group. And the podcast I really loved doing at the time was like the Covingtons or even sitting down with Yaffe and hearing the story about how he designed the Dallas Cowboys cheerleader boots. You know what I'm saying? Like those kind of things were like interesting to me, and getting access to the
dudes that have been doing it
the
for
later
a while.
generations of this stuff. And now as getting into this chopper shit, like this side, not the chopper shit that Yaffe and Ness and those guys were doing, but the chopper shit that like Tom Fugel was doing and Denver Mondo was doing, and these people that were doing this style of stuff and getting to do the David Brown stuff and digging deeper into this like more darker side of motorcycles, not darker in a bad way, but like
I would say just the opposite side. So like you have the more corporate side, like
yes.
where you see that.
It's
and then
like
you
the
have
Simba and
underground.
Mufasa on that. We don't go over there. It's like the motorcycle industry was like that. Like he said, the bright side was the industry side. That was where all the money was. And then you had this other side.
The elephant graveyard.
Yeah, the underground.
But that underground is where all the substance and the culture is, right? Because when you're living in the culture, it's really hard to market it because you're living it. But when you're good at marketing it, you're not really living it.
Yeah, and like you think about
You know what I mean?
now, it's like David Mann, like the David Mann Chopper Fest.
Yeah.
It's a giant show based on people that were in the underground. So it's like the guys that inspired what choppers are today.
Yeah.
It's like when Haney won, like Dan said that he's like, I hated having to pick a dude from Texas. But when he went up to Kerry from Choppers Mag and he was just like, hey, he's like, y'all gave me this award to give to someone that got inspired, but like you guys gave me this David Mann award and you're forcing me to pick a bike, but the only bike here that shows me about David Mann is Dude with Tall Apes. It's Haney's bike. And then he goes up and gives the best speech ever. So it's like he shows like that underground style that was in the end considered an outlaw, because that's what those guys were considered. Versus the corporate America side, which was the dudes doing the stuff on TV. And then, boom, now you got Indian Larry. A little bit of both.
Yeah.
He was on TV, but he was doing the underground stuff at the same time, and that's...
He could walk on both worlds.
Exactly,
He's a day
yeah.
walker.
Right.
he was a day walker at this point.
And that's what's kind of exciting. You're just being like sitting right here on the edge, like not even being involved, but just on the peripheral and watching, is seeing some, people, not just you, but people and just the industry going from, it was all about personalization, and now it's creating and truly customized. You know what I mean? It's awesome to see just the progression of everybody and just the way the bikes have changed.
Yeah,
and
just like even seeing your friends, it's just like it's inspiring. Like watching everyone like get more of an open eye of like, hey, there's so much more to motorcycles than like what I've been doing for the past couple of years. So it's like you got into choppers, I got into adventure bikes. So
Yeah.
I've done the off-road adventure. It's like, hell, in my garage I have 6 different types of motorcycles. I don't have any doubles.
All
of any
gay.
Of them.
I know that fat boy's pretty sick.
Oh, yeah. I forgot you had the soft toe.
And has some apes on it where I'm like, dude, looks tough. Like,
Yeah,
I was like, you should ride that anymore. He's like, I don't want to ride it yet. I'm like,
There's still like a
Ride
soft
it.
tail like that. What is it? Is yours a twin cam or Evo?
It's a twin cam. So it's the 01. So it's like I have the square backbone, so I have to run the dual tanks.
Yeah.
And so like I'm gonna get rid
But it
of the
looks
entire
good.
dash,
Like,
but it's gonna look
I
good.
still think like a bad boy. You know what those are?
yeah.
Like that with a ducktail fender and like some like T-bars, like what
Yeah,
you like
yeah.
some Jacob Canards on there or something like that.
No, that was, yeah.
Sick.
What's like that guy? Who was the guy that came out from California, bought a Dyna, rode it all the way back, and then hung out with some guy. What was his name? Like he went out to North Carolina, picked up that or Florida, picked up the Dyna, came hung out with us. I'm
Josh.
riding
Yeah.
So Josh. So I'm riding places, and then he went to Phoenix and hung out with some photographer named Chris.
Yeah.
He's got
Christine
a
or something.
he's got a sick soft tail. That's It's a Softail, so it's not a chopper, but it's still got suspension. But he has that ducktail. He's got like not miniature apes, but thin apes. So like they don't go up and out.
Yeah.
They
I think
just
that looks
go up
cool.
and down
Yeah.
like
Like
a
an old
2-over
Softail.
Springer, and it looks good.
Yeah.
I guess I got so used to seeing the ape hangers that would come on the baggers where they had this massive bottom end.
Right.
Yeah.
They
right.
come up, and then
It's like Flanders style.
the FXR that I had a couple years ago that had apes on it that I thought I was going to take off and fell in love with it.
Yeah.
It had real narrow bottom apes, and I liked the way it looked.
Well, they handle better.
Yeah.
You know, the narrower thing, that's all physics. The narrower things are.
Yeah, it was a good.
You know,
It was cool,
But,
and but I like ducktails, man. I like the ducktail fender.
Well, it's just
Big-
different. It's like
lever, right?
Yeah, leverage.
Leverage.
it's leverage. Like,
Try to explain that to people like, why are T-bars better? What is it about it? Well, dude, your fulcrum point's up here, and there's no flex versus your apes. You know, your fulcrum point's down here. The higher it is, the easier to move it over.
it's the way your wrists are, because like you're either
Yeah.
using a muscle.
Just tell
you're
them
either using
because.
yeah, just
Yeah,
because.
Because,
fucking
man.
do it. I will say my buddy Frank he rides from Rockwall, maybe outside of Rockwall sometimes. So
He rides about 6
but he
miles
has a
year.
2012 Fat Boy, and he has some little 12-inch apes on there. Nothing special at
Yeah.
all on the bike, just pretty bone stock. But I rode around, I was like, dude, it's tough as fuck riding on some little mini apes on a fucking
Yeah.
Fat Boy with some big fat front tires. Dude, it's fucking kind of cool.
Yeah.
And that's how I felt about that one. But like split tank bike, like Haney's and stuff
Yeah,
like that with
yeah.
some apes, it looks cool. I think it looks sick. Like the fucking bike right there on the fucking
Yeah, the heavy.
heavy poster. That's sick. I don't know. That's cool.
I dig it all, man.
yeah.
I'm way more open minded to things now than I think that like.
Other than spokes, but
I don't like spoke wheels. But I mean, the thing is, like, as you move from like or evolve and kind of get into different areas, you got to bring something from where you're from
Yeah. Right.
to make it unique to you. Because like the things that I loved or I love about like a performance bike, I love them. I think it would be sick to have it on this style bike.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I like mag wheels, and it's just my thing. And
well, it's like Sebastian said it best about your purple bike. It's you.
Yeah.
So the way that you did that bike, it fits the way that you like to ride, which
Yeah.
is tight and tough. So
I don't know. I like the feeling of being. I mean, by no means do I think that the chopper that I did is some kind of groundbreaking old revolution. No, I never set out to do that. I just wanted to fucking ride a chopper, and the opportunity to build for Born Free Texas happened.
Yeah.
And so I got an extra couple months to build the bike, right?
Yeah.
But yes, all the things that I ended up doing to it ultimately became the things that like
Your style.
my style, or the style that
It
I
was your
brought
breaking into the chopper
from
scene.
yeah. And I mean, now it's kind of like, okay, well, what about this next bike I want to build? Like, how will I go about it, and what will change, or will I allow myself to change some shit, or am I going to do what I'm already comfortable with? And that's kind of where,
it's the best part about choppers. You can kind of do whatever you want.
yeah. I mean, that's the thing is like
There's so much out there. So you can,
on my bagger, like the Harley thing, like I'm doing a lot of stuff differently on that I haven't done on baggers.
Yeah.
Just to force myself not to just go back to a comfortable place, so that hopefully once everything is kind of done and dialed, it'll feel like a uniquely different road glide than the previous 8 that I've
Yeah.
owned. You know what I'm saying?
I'm waiting for
I
you to
get
build like
that.
a long bike like that, like Kirpius behind,
Yeah.
like Jadon.
You got a style that works and is dialed in, especially on the road glide. So I would say,
Yeah, I don't-
maybe don't reinvent the wheel. Like
It's like
for
you
the sake
figured
of it, like
figured
it's-
out your Lego pieces.
Yeah, but I was talking about this with Graham. Like I'd fuck, I'm gonna put my own foot in my mouth. I don't feel like the style of paint jobs that I helped kind of make mainstream in the performance bagger scene, like I don't like them anymore. Like I don't want to do them.
That's just an artistic
Well,
standpoint.
no,
Yeah.
Everyone evolves, man. Like
That's why you're
Well,
riding
that's
a
why I'm
chopper
like-
now and not a.
like,
Well,
like you're surrounding yourself with now, like you're going to these chopper shows and like you get to see like with you, like you're starting to involve yourself more in the chopper scene. So
Yeah.
you're seeing what all these painters are doing separately and differently than everyone else. And like the way that you've done your performance stuff, it's like I've seen your process before. You've done the vlog, which is awesome. It shows us how you take your your aspects step by step. I'm gonna print this out. I drew, and then like you see it on your Instagram, like you have 10 drawings of what works and what doesn't work, what body lines work, and now you're working with whole different types of body lines of bikes.
Well, I'm trying
everything.
to reinvent it on the Road Glide too, because I want to reignite that experience of feeling like doing something fresh and new on it.
Well,
because
especially doing something for the Moco.
I mean,
You know what I mean? It's not like
it's bad timing on every aspect, but
but it also makes
but
it
I'm
kind
also,
of the best timing because
But you're also getting recognized. So it's like they saw you, like, you know, you said earlier that like Miranda reached out. She's like, "Hey, like, do you want to take these photography stuff?"
We started doing this shit, dude.
But
So
it's like how
it's
you
like
went to
finally they
Hog.
come and like, I don't even want to show you anymore.
No, but it's also like how you put yourself out there by going to a hog rally. So you did something that was so much out of like your aspect of what you've experienced.
Let's
in
say
your
you put
life.
a Willie G skull on it and a barn shield.
Can y'all bring the Willie G collection back?
bags.
I got a whole bunch of shit on my
spray
sports
painted
that you can
one.
have.
I think that like as you know, right now being the biggest hypocrite in the world, which I've always been.
all are.
Everything that like if you're like a guy that's listening to these podcasts when we started it, I mean, dude. Also for reference, that was 8 years ago.
Yeah.
Like I've evolved and changed and learned so much and grown so many ways, and so like it's fun to say hell yeah, brothers.
Oh,
It's fun.
Hell yeah, brother.
And it's like, you know who we're talking about, but like it's not as much of a derogatory term as it is just poking fun and having fun. Like saying boomer.
It is for
You know what I
me,
mean?
kind of. If I refer to you or somebody as a hell yeah brother,
It's derogatory.
it's kind of an insult, yeah.
You also work at a dealership, so
Because in my opinion, those guys are kind of one way. One of my friends, like, no courage,
No
do something.
deviation.
Yeah,
But that's
it's,
kind of what I'm getting at, is what I felt like I was doing at the beginning of this podcast.
and the other
Sticking to like, I was being a younger hell yeah brother, right? So T-bars only, we only do this. And it's like, you know, now I'm like, I still really don't care about other brands of motorcycling. You know, like I fuck with him all the time. Like I just don't care about Ducatis or.
But you asked me the other day about, you literally yesterday, you're like, "Hey, what's up with Teneras?" Like,
Well, the word it's a unique word. I don't hear that word a lot, and you've been saying it, and then I hear it on a channel that I was like, "What the fuck is this?" Like, and then you're the only
I'm tired of
connection.
fucking hearing it already. Mike, shut the fuck up.
maybe
guys.
you've loosened up on your
Best ever.
stance of like, hey, T-bars are fuck off.
Yeah.
Like, maybe
Yeah.
you've loosened up on that, but
Well, we were trying to like. Back then, it was a new fucking.
Well, the other
style of
thing,
motorcycling, too.
the other thing that I would add to it, which it's hard to cross reference now, but like in a very small microcosm of a way, like the first year that like Kyle and all of us were at Sturgis on our bikes with T-bars, like people were talking shit about it.
Yeah.
Like it
what's
wasn't
this
like
new
as
stuff?
there wasn't this welcoming open doors or like, oh, this new style of bike is cool. Everybody want to know. They're like, this is stupid. You guys watch too much Sunday, like all this stuff. So like
the old heads.
yeah, exactly. But you
guys that trailer
see
their bikes there.
like you were like building the bike that was shaking up the culture, and then it became so fucking mainstream. Right?
This is our watch.
Yeah.
This is our time. This is our fucking. This is our motor company. This is our world.
Yeah.
We've talked about it. I don't want this shit to quit on me. I don't want fucking Harleys to go electric on my watch.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things like sometimes you gotta you are outnumbered and you have to fucking go up against it as far as. But
Well, that's how,
I'm not
like-
just doing this because this is a status quo, and I'm not just doing this because I'm afraid of being made fun of or not finding friends or whatever. Like it's. Fuck y'all, we're doing this, and I feel like we've still proven. I mean, some of the bikes they're making, the parts
Yeah, it's a
they're making,
representation, yeah.
they know about us. They know about you. I've heard that from other people. Like, oh, dude, he's on his radar. They're watching him. We all know that. So fuck everybody else. This is our time. We're gonna do it how we want.
Yeah.
I'm not stepping on these guys' toes, telling them they're dumb for doing what they do, nor these guys.
Yeah.
Stay out of my way, because more than likely we're probably doing cooler shit than guys on both sides.
What's what got most of us into Harleys, me personally, was just doing something that looked different to me from the outside looking in as far as Harley Davidson motorcycles. But now that I've done that, I'm like, I have a way bigger appreciation for the older style of Harleys. and what they did before now, to where I'm like, okay, that shit was still fucking cool in the 80s
Yeah.
and the 90s and so on and so forth, that now I have much bigger respect for the guys that still do that stuff and have those type of bikes.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm like Jadon said, we still have a fucking lane that we're trying to go for. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
And there's morons that'll never come around to that. Oh, they're always going to be stuck in 1992 or whenever they got into it. That's cool. Just stay out of my way, dude. Just I'm about to pass you. Just stay to the right, please. Like it's, I don't know, and I don't.
And it's cool though. Those guys are the coolest.
We're doing this shit on our terms.
Yeah.
I'm one of those guys that didn't come from a traditional riding family. I don't have pictures on my dad's Harley when I was 5.
It's like he was doing gay shit back then too with his Harley.
No, but
that shit's fucking whack.
thought Harleys were kind of gay. All fat dudes in leather. You had to be rich to have one. It's not, dude.
It's considered a luxury item, like based on credit score. So it's like,
I think to everything you're saying and everything I'm trying to say is that, like, yeah, I'm way more open minded on a lot of other things than I was originally, but at the same time, I've always done this. This is the one thing that no one can ever fucking say I don't do. Is like I just go with what I feel I'm interested in, inspired by. I follow my heart in the shit. Like I've truly loved and still love the experience I had in the performance bagger scene, growing that with the still to this day friends that I've made in that world. You know, and seeing where they're all at. Dude, you see the bike that Steve Chamberlain's building, the FXR M8?
Dude, with the
God.
with the welded, like,
I'm so stoked.
It's so sick.
If he would have built another bagger, I don't know if I would have been as like interested, because I've seen like a race bagger.
Yeah.
A heavily modified new body style that's still street ready, just chill bike. I've seen versions of his stuff.
But now skinny tire bagger.
The skinny tire bagger, right?
dope.
I mean, he fucking jump started that whole fucking wave for a while. But now that he's building this FXR, I'm seeing him like work those skills that he's been honing, making those side covers and doing all this extra shit. And I'm like, yo, that was a good idea. That's interesting. Like I'm fucking looking at him the way I look at Corey or my Mount Rushmore builders. You know what I'm saying? So like, I'm glad that guys like him are getting out of the box that he helped create and trying to do new shit. Now, obviously, he's jumping on FXR. He's bringing something he's very familiar with to the FXR, which is the M8, and he's making it his in a cool way, you know. And I think that that's what's you're gonna see happen over the course. You've already seen it happen with a lot of the dudes of us that were around 8 years ago doing these bikes, you know. And I forget a lot because I have friends now that I'm close with who weren't around 8 years ago riding motorcycles. They found this within the last 8 years. So sometimes it's like, if you think about where you were in the first 4 years of you riding a bike, do you think that like this thing is so sick? Do you think you have enough mental space to give a fuck about what they did in the 60s, 70s, 80s? Because this right here is the sickest thing. Because when we met and we were ripping around doing what we were doing, we didn't give a fuck about anything except for what we were doing on the bikes we were doing it on.
Yeah.
And now we've all kind of like, we're used to it. Like, you know what I mean? We're not infatuated anymore. We're in love with it. Like, this is a deep, burning, passionate love forever. So we want to fuck it, but we also want to, like, you know.
And it's one of those just
Watch
natural.
Yeah, it's like
Natural
It's like, sometimes I want to take it to town, but sometimes
What is the natural
Just want a foot
process
rub,
of aging, maturing?
Yeah.
Hopefully, you tend to look back at history and where did this all come from?
Yeah.
That kind of stuff. But my thing is, this kind of group or whatever. We've had our cutties and we've had some dudes that came and went.
Damn.
But
Deep cuts.
for the most part, we've got a group that maybe not everybody's moving into new genres of bikes. Maybe not everybody's creating stuff, but I feel like most of our crew, especially the inner crew, is still infatuated with,
Yeah.
Sometimes it's life. There's, life may dictate whether or not you can move up or do other shit. But I don't know. I feel like this is our watch. This is our generation of
Yeah.
Harley, and we kind of do it how we fucking want. I feel like we're kind of cooler than the previous generation, and
I was gonna ask. I'm like, so with this generation, with like, would you consider like with Harley changing CEOs, like how would like does that affect your side of the business?
I don't-
like with selling the bikes. You think?
No, because when they did I don't.
Didn't you have people calling that?
I hate the
I ain't
word-
fucking buy that queer shit.
Yeah, I hate the word woke, but when that all happened, we did have, and when I just your lowest common denominator, bottom hanging fruit, idiots. Well, they ain't the woke stuff, and it to the point where it's almost not even worth talking about. Hey,
Yeah.
dude, this is a corporate thing. They have no control. It doesn't, but it's Harley. You're Harley. You know, they all
Yeah.
think we work for the motor company. So
Because I remember when they rebranded Livewire to like it was Harley Davidson electric bike, and then like they're like, all right, we're rebranding it just only to Livewire, and then they took it out of all dealers for a little bit, and then they brought it back, but it was under only
Yeah.
Livewire itself.
and it's that's the 80,000 foot view.
Yeah.
It's not even really worth my
Your
brain, my
yeah.
mental bandwidth to try to worry about stuff like that, because it's like politics. I can't, or even sports for that matter. We're talking about how dumb sports are the older I get. I'm going to put so much emotional attachment and investment in something that I can't change.
Yeah.
It's no different than a fucking soap opera, politics, sports, or whatever you want to. You're getting mad at why? I've got other stuff to do, and I don't know. I feel like with Harley, you're always going to have the guys that stay in this lane. You're always going to have the turnovers. You're always going to have the old heads that don't want to change. You know what I mean? There's
Yeah.
older dudes than us that'll never get off the rate pingers, and that's the way it is. Cool, man, but.
Because that
it
generation's
is
still
that-
quote unquote riding now still.
We're all kind of the last generation that drank out of the water hose, and you were
Yeah.
sitting outside all day, and we didn't really grow up with the internet. And
Go find out if your friends are at their house by riding and knocking on the door.
like I said, and I can't speak for everybody, but this kind of thing we have, and the little pockets of it, the people that we've met across the country, it's badass, dude, to see people get into something, carry it on, and then feeling comfortable enough to make it other things, and to it ain't dying on us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's for sure. I'm convinced of that at this point, that there's enough rad people doing rad things that it's going to continue. And yeah, the CEO and also, you probably know more about him than I do. Just keep making the bikes, and we'll keep selling them and keep riding them.
Yeah, I feel like when all that shit took place, there was just more people outraged, but they didn't go buy Indians.
Yeah, and nobody that came in and
like-
bitched bought. You know what I mean? Or that sounds dumb. It wasn't people that could buy that were bitching. It was people that were, and there's people that have been riding motorcycles their whole life, maybe even mostly Harley. All they want to do is bitch. It's this weird thing where they come in and it's just they don't like this, they don't like that. This sucks. What do you like? You get them to what
bitching.
they like.
They love bitching.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, okay. What is it? What's the perfect one? Then they tell you, and then you start just factually go. Well, I don't care.
You know what used to happen when you had magazines? They would flip open magazines, they'd see cool shit, right? And they were still, like, someone would read the articles, but you're left to your imagination. That bike looks cool. That place looks cool. That's inspiring. That gives you a lot of feedback. This culture of just all these same dudes, older obviously now, but they're getting online and they're listening to fucking all these fucking dorks in their garage, sitting there in between work shifts or on the weekend when they go to their job that has nothing to do with fucking motorcycles, telling you all the shit they fucking AI Google searched about what the CEO does or what the sales look like. Who gives a fuck? If the sales are up or down, what does that got to do with you riding your bike and making real motorcycle content? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Who the fuck can call themselves a biker and know what the stock price of Harley is? Who gives a fuck about that? Ride the fucking motorcycle. If you want to go be an investment banker and do shit like that, then go fucking make a Forbes or whatever the fuck. Like day trading. Like that shit ain't motorcycle shit. You know what I'm saying? So like it gets so annoying without all these people that want to like make content, but they're not making content. They're regurgitating bullshit that doesn't push the needle farther than anything.
I feel like that's kind of the generation just above us. I wouldn't call them boomers, but there is 50 to 65 that Fuck, they figured out the internet. They know how. They know how to make videos. God damn it! Well, we don't
like they're not on MySpace.
I don't know if I
anymore.
can quote. Wallballing bar. There's just cringe ass YouTube things where it's.
I'm not gonna even like. Where do I stand on this? I don't fucking know because I'm riding my motorcycle and I don't have time to think about what like Zeitz or the new dude have got dick to do with what I have downstairs and what I'm doing this year on my motorcycle. I'm not gonna. These dudes that would go buy the cheapest road glide they can find on Marketplace to push them off a cliff and stuff. It's like, what the? That was the. I didn't have respect for you now, and I 100% wouldn't piss on you if you were on fire. That's the stupidest shit I've ever seen.
I've never even heard about that.
There
This is
were
a
people
recent
doing-
thing where people buying.
Yeah, because they were like trying to protest Harley and shit. Like, dude, you still bought a fucking used Harley. Like
Kid Rock shooting the Bud Lights.
Oh yeah.
but it's
So
so
gay.
fucking
Yeah, just
cringe, man.
cringe. Yeah, it's
The whole point of this bike thing is to get on it and go do stuff. It's
for
a,
us.
It's a,
For us, there's a whole bunch of dudes. This whole bike thing is a little bit of an image. This is some of my personality. I'm a biker. I'm about it. I don't take shit off. There's a lot of dudes that's
okay, Lone Wolf.
That's what I'm saying. There's dudes that's their personality.
I know a
That's,
couple people sound like that right now.
it's just you're taking it too
Lions
serious.
not sheep, right?
You're taking it too serious and just I don't know. Like I said, I went in on the little club guys earlier. Just get the fuck out of here.
It's just it's frustrating because when I open up my phone and I go to YouTube, I want to see something like what Josh is doing.
Yeah.
You know, like I'm riding places. Hey, I'm riding this last time I'm riding this road glide. I'm gonna shoot some photos. I'm gonna go meet up with people and do some motorcycle shit.
Something like rainy days, like where he goes out.
Yeah.
Or grainy days.
Grainy days.
Yeah,
So you're
grainy.
getting this experience. I'm being inspired to want to one day check out that feeling, right? And meanwhile, like the other half of the internet is dudes that you don't even know if they ride. Because the videos that they make are the ones that are going to get them attention for the algorithm. And it's usually just like some tough dude with like a come and take it or don't tread on us, or he's got a couple guns in the background. He's got a beard. You know, he's just typical male bravado shit. And all of these dudes might be cool as shit, but the choices they make, that's the content that's what you want to leave behind. That's your legacy is to probably have a Harley tattoo and spent your entire fucking career talking shit about the brand. Like that doesn't make sense to me. You know what I mean? Obviously, if you work in this industry and you make a living on that brand, hopefully being successful. I'm still going to make a living if it's not successful. It's not going away. You know what I'm saying? So why would I not continue to help it grow? Am I as enthralled with the new bikes as I am with like, I love FXRs. I really love choppers right now. But I also kind of really am getting horny for like older road glides, like an 09 to 010. I don't know why I'm like getting into those right now. But again, like whether I have no intentions of buying a Nightster. So why the fuck would I make content or talking about it on the internet? Oh, the Harleys are they've never not been expensive. What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah.
They've never not been expensive.
Well,
And they're like, oh, well, the $45,000 CVO doesn't make sense. Like, why the fuck is everybody buying them? I was at Sturgis last year, and almost every other bike was a gray or white or whatever the CVO ST. It's a fucking hell of a bike.
Let's say pickup trucks now are $110,000.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
And
fucking all
you can
inclined.
take a mortgage out, just a 30-year
And so,
note.
and then they, the $130,000, but whatever it was, like, dude,
You're not
for
buying
you.
it. It's not for you. Yeah.
It's not for you.
Yeah. You're not buying a new bike anyways. You gotta fucking.
caring about that to me is like
You're just like-
following your favorite porn star on Instagram or something. Like, what's it? It's
the same guy-
It ain't for you. It's never gonna.
Yeah.
She's not gonna mess
He's
you back.
a
she's
dude
never
on
gonna come
fucking
out to you.
Pornhub leaving comments and sharing
Yeah.
videos.
Same guy that sells a twin cam road glide that's like, I'm never gonna buy an anime. Okay, then it's not for you.
Yeah.
Fucking, there's plenty of twin cam road glides out there for you
So-
to buy 6
And
of.
those same dudes, though, have you ridden one? Nope. And they have no.
I ain't riding that
reason why.
gay shit.
As far-
Yeah, fuck out of
there's-
here.
At the risk of sounding salesy, dude, the nicer fucks. Like they're awesome
Probably.
bikes. Like,
But I'm not at a point in my life where that bike makes any sense for me.
oh yeah, no, it's definitely it's for a person kind of more in this phase. But as far as value and what you get, especially on the standard version, the $99.99 one, if you go with gray, Dude, they've never made a better beginner bike as
Yeah.
far as something easy to ride, fun to ride. You can ride it down the highway. Something that you won't
All right,
necessarily
fuck it. I'm making a video. Fuck that bike. I'm hating on it right now.
Yeah, let's do it.
do it.
I'm never gonna buy one. Fuck it.
I'll
Harley
challenge.
needs to make that
kidding.
bike
Yeah.
and have all those features for $6,000. Like, get the fuck out
yeah,
of here.
exactly.
Yeah, it's-
Yeah,
You know what? If everybody could have this shit, it wouldn't be cool. Straight up.
Yeah.
Like, does anybody know how tastemaking works? Like, they don't like the other CEO, which I don't have an opinion about it regardless, but the dude came from a world of selling higher quality things, right? Like, that's that, in a nutshell. He wanted to make things more valuable. Whatever. I'm butchering it. But I want the bikes that I customize, that I build, that I work on, that I own to be valuable. And if Harley takes all these bikes and they make them cheap, then they don't have value anymore. I mean, honestly, the new Road Glide coming out at a price that it is, kind of on top of like everything else, kind of killed the last body style.
Oh,
It
I was there.
plummeted
It absolutely
the
does.
value of those bikes. And
Yeah.
I think that was a bad move because now everybody that dropped 20, 30, 40 grand into their bike, they couldn't fucking sell those things for what they went for as a trade-in, right? So that fucking sucks, and that kills my side of the industry. I don't like that shit. Like, do I want this shit to be affordable? To a degree, yes. But if it's affordable the way a Kia is, or Kia was when it first came to America, that makes me not want to be on this product. There's a million cheap bikes out there. Go buy one of those.
And why would anybody be bitching that they want? If you truly have Harley, you love Harley, why would you be bitching about making something cheaper when there's used Sportsters and Dynas all day long for those ranges? But why would you give a fuck or bitch about a brand new bike at this price? Especially, like I said, it's for the value you get, dude.
Dude, I think the CVO ST, if you want to go performance bagger route, is the best fucking bang for your buck. Big motor, almost everything you need right there.
That versus a regular Road Glide that you can, and that would be my thing, is save yourself the 10, 15 grand difference.
Bro,
By the 117
10 grand
and
in the
out.
motorcycle world ain't shit, dude.
Some people it is.
No, I mean 10
it's-
grand, it doesn't get you that much shit.
Yeah, not in the newer stuff.
We're talking wheels. Like, that bike has wheels, front suspension, rear suspension, brakes. You add that up, that's well over 10 grand alone just in the CVO, right? So yeah, you want to put a cam in it. Those kinds of things are nice, but like the CVO ST gives you that kind of extra thing. And yeah, you are spending more money. It does cost more. That's what I'm saying. It's the bike that you could literally buy. Maybe you change the bars. Maybe you put a seat on it. The creature comfort things, right? Maybe your own personal exhaust that you prefer. And that's it. That bike's dope for what it is. If I had the money, I would buy one. I would do that bike. I 100% would.
What would you do motor-wise, performance-wise?
I'd leave it the fuck alone. The same reason I used to buy 131s and just ride them. Like, it's fucking dope. It's the new one, the 117 with the new heads on it. Like, dude, it's fucking sick. Like, me in 2019, if I would have had that, I probably would have never put a cam in it. I didn't have the money to do it then. Now I've got great opportunities, so I'm going to cam it, and I'm excited about that. But yeah, I don't think you need to do much of anything to these bikes now. That's the other. Now that does kind of kill my side of the industry, where when Harley made a very basic bike and left a lot of meat on the bone for us to make money on customizing it and making it more personalized, that was better for our industry. It's better for the consumer now because you can get more bike out of the rip, and then there's still enough space. Like on the Road Glide I got, the base model one, there's enough space there to make that yours, but you still got a fucking fast ass bike that feels good, works good, has all this technology. Bro, it's a fucking good deal, man. Like,
That's what I'm saying. So for a base Road Glide chrome and gray, you're out the door under 30.
yeah.
You're, to me, again, it's just opinion, you're close. It depends on your situation, but you're close enough in overall. Dude, if money's a thing, take this.
Yeah.
And you can have so much fun and make it fucking yours versus the CV, which not that they're not badass, but a lot of dudes maybe change the pipe, maybe change the seat, and that's it.
That's
know
all
what
you
I
gotta
mean?
do.
Like, there's very few big builds going on with them. And so that's just my nature. Hey, dude, spin this and make it yours versus that. But yeah, there's.
Yeah, it just doesn't make sense. I mean, look, there's somebody that can.
Ultimately,
I'm drunkish right now, and I'm just riffing off like my mind of this stuff.
Let's go.
And as opposed to like someone that can sit there on YouTube and like dissect everything I just said and have like this very polished response to like, oh, this is this, and then you should like, I'm not playing that game.
Show
I
up
don't
to
give
bike
a fuck.
night. Come to bike night.
I just don't care, man. Like I wish more people were trying to leave. Like I'm talking about content creators on YouTube. I wish more of them were trying to make a positive thing instead of what works for the algorithm thing. Like I guess I'm looking at it too much like art and not like a business. Like what compelled you to want to make a video? Like why did you want to get into space?
A lot of them is money. Like it's the YouTube money. I think the motorcycle market for them is fairly untapped. You know, you're one of them. There's 2-3 people making really quality content, and after that, it's kind of the wild, wild west. I mean, I've my own just Texas rides. You know what I mean? There's so many. There's surely there's somebody out there doing just decent Texas rides. There's not, as far as you got, a handful of older dudes and that are just terrible. Voiceovers on riding footage. It's just monotonous. Just There's so I think.
But I would say that I respect that more than someone just in their garage talking shit. Like I have a dude. I've almost succumbed to that so many times when I have something I want to say and I'm like, I have the backdrop, the space and whatnot, but like I just don't like making those kind of statements and those are like even doing this. I don't really like doing that, but it does frustrate me when the industry as a whole right now. It's not bad, but it doesn't need negativity for no fucking reason.
I think so that's the world we live in.
Agreed. So keep that shit over there talking about
clicks.
fucking Palestine and Iran. We don't need that shit in motorcycles right now. Either ride your bike to an event and tell me how cool it was, or show me your journey there, or put a part on your bike and tell me your experience with that. But just sitting around and talking shit about brands and numbers and shit is like fucking nerd shit, dude. Grow up. Would your wife not let you ride your bike, so you got to sit in the garage and talk about it? You can't think of a better thing to talk about than like stock prices? The fuck, man?
Just prices of the bikes. You still get dudes come in every day, see a brand new. What was that? 40 grand? No, dude. Like not even close.
Yeah, but that's the shit because they watched fucking 40 YouTube videos before they got there, so they're already.
I think they're just fucking uneducated, just dumb, and it's one of those things.
You got a point to send them to. Though.
They have it in their mind that this is that, and it's like, you didn't open the internet, did you? You didn't go to HarleyDavidson.com. I mean, just the most basic amount of research. You know what I mean? Would eliminate some of these questions and mindsets. I think of people walking in. And then back to 24 when they came out with the new body style, that's kind of the rising tide raises all ships, from the racing thing. A lot of that technology trickled down. So in 24, as far as killing the values on the 23 and downs, you're absolutely fucking right. Because 24s came out, they're a little cheaper. Like, 23 Road Glide ST and that white sand pearl or whatever versus a 24 Road Glide. Dude, you're out the door cheaper on this one. It's kind of a better bike. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That tanked it, but it's, what are you going to do? You got to roll out your new shit. And like I said, Vincent was the other day, was somewhere a year ago. There's one new Road Glide. And we went to some club that he's close to or whatever. And the other day he said they're all new Road Glides. Some of that's just people getting used to it.
Well, that's what I'm saying is that nobody's fucking leaving Harley. No. Nobody's leaving Harley. So why even what it reminds me of is like, that one dude that's like in a shitty relationship and every time he comes around he just talks shit about his old lady, but then the next day he's like, "Oh, my baby."
Doesn't leave her.
Yeah, like you ain't about shit. You ain't like if you hate Harley so much and you want to talk shit about everything they do and criticize everything they do, which to be fair, I understand criticism. I understand like that is important, but like don't make that your identity. of your entire brand or channel. You know what I'm saying? Like,
If that's the case,
I mean, empty criticism.
why are you even
Yeah.
here? What are you doing? I've told the dude, if you hate everything, why are you here?
Yeah.
Go buy an Indian. And when somebody tells me, "Oh, between this and Indian," I laugh. I'll have fun.
Yeah.
Go buy the Indian, and I'll see you in 6 months.
What do you feel about victories?
Let me let you talk to my man Charlie here. I'll tell y'all that. Some dude called in asking. Y'all know Charlie, right?
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Do you know Charlie?
Probably, yeah.
So we've got a 22, 23. He's got Down syndrome. He works with us Tuesday, Friday, and Saturday at the shop, hour
Charlie
and a half.
rules.
Charlie's badass, dude. Charlie's awesome. We had some dude call in one day on a Saturday. I was busy. He goes, "Hey, man, I'm not calling to ask about Harley so much. What do you know about the victories?" I go, "Man, I don't know much, but I got a teammate that does. Hang tight." Put him on hold, told Charlie. Because Charlie loves, dude, the phone will ring. He'll be sitting up there in the sales tower. We're all busy on like a
Just
Saturday.
itchy
Dude, he
trigger
can't help
finger,
it. He
baby.
cannot help it. He'll pick up a phone and talk to somebody for a few minutes. And it's, good luck, dude. But without missing
Honestly, though, that is equally as
it makes him so happy.
But-
I'll walk up there and be like, I talked to the lady.
Charlie's joy is far more important than whoever was on the other line of that phone call. There's
that-
no way someone called the dealership. Maybe I'm wrong, and was gonna be like, "Oh fuck, we just lost a sale." And there's no way whoever's on the other opposite of that phone that was gonna. It's nothing. Even
Yeah.
if they're looking for a set of parts.
The smoothest talker in the
Fuck 'em.
shop couldn't have talked him into, "Hey, dude, come up or whatever." Fuck. And even if they could, fuck him. You can't win them all. So I said, "Hey, man, Charlie, talk to this guy on Park 1." And I walked away. I came back. Several minutes later, I have no idea what they talked about, how long they talked, no idea.
That was probably a pretty even conversation.
I don't know. How are you? How was your day?
He probably fucking was like, "Well,
Yeah,
That's
Charlie was,
fucking crazy.
but yeah, it's
the guy was very helpful. Thank you so much."
Let the
gonna go-
5-star review.
Yeah, I'm gonna continue on with my victory.
He went and
version
bought
of
a victory right after that.
Yes, he did. He fucking sold it to him. Hell yeah, dude, that's so funny.
Oh man.
I love that.
Yeah, I don't know. It gets frustrating, like I said.
people
but
love to bitch. There's nothing
They
we
do,
can
and I
ever
bitch too. I
change.
mean, that don't get me wrong. Like I said, king hypocrite here, but I just feel like, man, like maybe this year, maybe moving forward, like just try to, I don't know, fucking do some cool shit, man. Like I'd rather hear someone sit in their garage talking about what they want to do, where they want to go, their dreams, their goals. I'd rather hear someone talk that than hear them just spout off shit that's like all negative. Like,
Yeah.
hey guys, I just want to tell you guys what I hope to do this year, or what I want to do, what I want to learn, why I want to learn it, why I want to go here. Like I'm interested in that story personally, and of course,
Well, a big common denominator with a lot of people that if they are negative as far as the brand and this sucks since they quit doing that and I'm like that, those are the people that I tend to just go, "Hey man, what are your riding plans? Like what they don't ride.
Yeah.
They don't, it's not, it's just,
Trying
it's
to see
become a little bit of their personality. You know what I mean? And it's just one of those things where I don't know if it's the people that know him, their loved ones, like, "Oh, he's Harley guy." So he feels like, fuck, I can't quit fucking with Harleys. But he's not interested in riding and doing cool shit. He just likes to bitch, and it's
Yeah.
familiar and somewhat comfortable. And I feel like that correlates or translates to every aspect of life or hobbies or anything like that.
Yeah.
There's always people like that. And all you can do is try to...
Well, I mean, I try not to. I don't engage, but I just the thing is that like I want this brand to succeed. Now trust me, they're worried about those stock prices and numbers more than we should be worrying about it. Straight up, all we should be worrying about is if the bike fits something that we want to do. What we talked about today. Wherever you're at in your motorcycle path, career journey, whatever, does Harley have a new bike that fits in that world? If not, Harley probably has a bike that exists that fits in that world. And so that's
What's the
really
next
all that
stepping-
is.
Like what's the next stepping stone?
Yeah. So like if it's a new Road Glide or a ST or a Nightster or a Pan America, like there's all these options. So like fucking do that or don't. you know?
It piggyback on something Kyle said earlier. I saw a post today, maybe. Jess, Kate.
Yeah.
I tell people all the time, dude, do not, if you're looking at a Softail standard and you get the bug to start traveling, don't let anybody fucking tell you got to have a bagger or one of those to travel. You can travel on anything they fucking make. If, you do it. You can travel on anything. So that's one of those things where if that gets your bug, do that. But yeah, I fucking hate I want to do longer distances. I got to do this. Well, can you turn it real tight? There's a bunch of stuff where
Well,
that lowrider is going to do you just as good if you pack it down right. It's
what the problem is with all this stuff is that, in my opinion, I think that I'm guilty of this. When I bought that camera, I've watched a million reviews on it. Just I want to be educated on this thing, and so I think it maybe I can't remember when I first started traveling on a bike. I don't think YouTube was as I didn't use it the way I use it now, right? So I think now when people have an idea, they overanalyze all of it. And I think that the problem with doing that is every time you watch a video and you get somebody else's opinion, it forms an expectation in you that even if you finally do the thing, it might not, the expectation might have been here and your experience was here, which was good, but it didn't meet the expectation. So it's, therefore bad in your eyes or whatever. And I think that the problem with all that is that, yes, if you want to get some information about something, cool, but understand to stop and to give yourself some grace to go try it yourself and form your own opinion, right? Because if you watched 100 videos, but you're really compelled to buy the new Road Glide, I fucking love it. But I watched 100 videos and they said it sucks, but I really want it. That feeling right there is the only feeling you should be going with, right? Because you really love something. The flaws that it has, you'll work around that. Oh man, but this bike, when I walk out of it, I want to ride this. That's the main thing is, and I've been noticing that in a lot of people. It's dude, if you don't walk out and see your bike and just wish you could be on it, then you need to fucking change something. Do something to the bike. Get a new bike. Do something. Because I tell you what, I fucking want to ride my bikes all the time. It's a fucking intoxicating feeling. And when you have that feeling, you're not overanalyzing all this other bullshit. All the analyzations of stuff is just expectations and shortcomings and whatever. And it's stuff that doesn't fucking matter.
And it all falls by the wayside when you, the person experiencing, is doing it. Yes. Everything else, you may be able to pull some knowledge, references, whatever the fuck.
I wish I would have got the one with tire pressure sensors. Oh my God. I hope I didn't make a mistake.
That guy was right. Well, I should have done this, whatever. But until you do it, it's a whole other level of stuff. Just coming down here, got stuck in it, I don't ride as much as I would like to right now. It's a beautiful day. Fuck, dude, didn't look at the weather. It was 88, the fucking sunny. I was like, oh, dude, it's fucking tits. Coming down here, and I get stuck in one of those just shitting on you. Oh, dude, bike's bogging down. It's just everything about it. At one point, I even thought, should I turn around? I'm just a mile or two south of downtown. I was like, should I whip around? I've already got the heads up. What time we're doing this? I've got time. Should I go back and get the truck? No, dude, the being comfortable, being uncomfortable.
Yeah.
There was something about I've told you, I'm just kind of through the worst of it. I'm fucking wet. My shoes are soaking downstairs. I see I'm 1 mile from the exit and then fucking brake lights. There's a wreck, literally. If this is the exit, there's a wreck here. Fire truck, whole 9 yards. So everything's bogged down. Mm-hmm. It's just one of those fuck, dude. The last little bit, it got worse. I think I said fuck this when I got off, but with a smile. I was wet. It sucked. That's riding bikes, dude. It's awesome. It's one of those things. It may suck at the minute, but when you look back at it, you're like, that was kind of dope. That was kind of fun.
The whole point of it is to feel all these things.
And yes, and to feel alive. And I don't know, a lot of that sounds like this, but it's true. And there is something to it. And you can get so wrapped up in being comfortable and avoiding everything. But then when it kind of hits you, I was like, fuck, dude, it's kind of dope. I'm chronic overpacker. I didn't bring any rain stuff. It just was what it was.
Yeah.
That's badass. That was a good ride today for me. I'm super stoked, and it was far from perfect, but that's right. I fucking love motorcycles, and I love traveling and what we've done, and At some point, you can't put that into somebody else. You know, I think the motor company had a post the other day. Some dude riding. It was like, how do you explain this to somebody that's ever done it? I don't fucking know. Like that's kind of my job is to try to, and I strike out fairly often. You can't. It's until you do it.
Yeah, it's also one of those things that like if you could bottle that up and sell it as a YouTube video,
it'd be a drug.
Well, it would be a drug, but it would defeat the purpose of it. This is a discovery thing. This is what's amazing about it. I made a post the other, or I reposted this dude's story, and I think I've already said it on the podcast, so I'm apologizing now. This dude was saying he got rid of his Instagram because for some reason he followed someone and knows what it looks like on the top of Mount Everest. And he goes, I didn't fucking climb there. Like, why do I deserve to be able to see what that's like? I'm literally on the couch, or I'm taking a shit, or whatever the case may be. And so my thing is like that bottle it up and sell it shit. I'm glad we can't define it. I'm glad that we can't explain it. And I'm glad that there's no way to really like make any sense of that, because it's something that you have to experience. And if you could tell someone that, and it would give them any kind of 10% of what the feeling is, then it would fucking ruin it. You know what I mean?
It makes it that much better when you're talking to, for lack of a better term, a real one. When somebody's done something, some shit kind of like you've done, there's a level there that you don't get just talking to somebody that is thinking about riding bikes or used to ride. You know, there is something about
it's hard to explain, man.
Yeah, and it's just
because the majority of it, like you know, like put it like this. There's a time and a place, but for the sake of my argument, like, would you rather fly or do a road trip? Like, some people are more into the idea of road trips than they are just getting there. Like, that journey to the spot, those conversations with the person in the car, those truck stops, those whatever towns you go through, like, those are all, like, a part of the journey that I crave. Don't get me wrong, the flight solves the problem. When I need to get to Born Free and I can't break away from work, I'm flying to Born Free. I get to be there. I'm still here. That's what matters. So the difference is, like, in my opinion, is that a lot of people would choose the comfort of being uncomfortable for 2 hours rather than being stuck in a car for 20 hours, right? That's how most people are. And that's obviously why this, you know, we get to have something unique and special. Like, I don't want to gatekeep it. I would love for the world to understand motorcycles, but I don't fucking want to do anything more than I'm already doing to try to inspire people to get into this shit. Yeah. At some point, it's like, bro, hey, there is not an easier time to become a motorcyclist. There's so many bikes, so many ways to get a bike. Fuck, if you have a 500 credit score, you can pretty much get some way on a bike, right? Yeah. But again, there's just like, it's easier to make friends, get a part of communities, do all this shit now than it's ever been in the history of motorcycling. And I think a lot of people are getting into it. Maybe they got into it for the right reasons, but then they became like, well, I want to be an influencer or a YouTuber. And that's kind of changed their perspective or their ability to allow natural experiences to happen. I mean, I said earlier, I wish that I could have had a camera on all those trips we did. But if I did, would they have been the same trips? Would we have had the experiences the same if we weren't filming? You know? So, like, in a way, like, I'm glad I didn't, but I wish that I could have shared that with the world. But at the same time, you know, it's like it's a little bit of a duality in that. You know what I'm saying?
Well, there's a parallel too with the world in general getting easier and more convenient,
and finding things that take effort and
as the world moves to a more convenient, less effort, everything's provided for you.
Everyone's also just living on their phones.
Yeah, I think that will affect it too. But for that, I don't miss the ones that aren't here. Like you said, I'm tired of trying to preach the gospel. I say that, and we had a couple dudes at Bike Night a couple weeks ago where hit them with like it was 2020, baby. This is your bike night. Just all the warm and fuzzies. Guy had been looking at it for all, wanting to come. Finally had the nuts to come. Yeah. Awesome, dude. You know, everybody broed out with them. So I say that I'm not worried about anybody. Yeah, I'm not trying to go out and convert people if you're not already sniffing around here. You show up to Bike Night, we'll hit you with the same. It's your bike now. your bike night now, dude, like you got to bring somebody in. You got to, did you have fun, that kind of thing. But as far as trying to, everybody come and do this, no.
Yeah.
It's like when you invited me to bike night. Met you at Strokers. I'm like, yo, Dyna guy. Dyna guy.
That's right. Forgot you were in my tree. It's another one, dude. I'm the fucking Bill Belichick of this shit. I've got fucking Trey, him, Ruben, Doc. There's a bunch of motherfuckers that I met before, and I was like, dude, come to bike night. This is like the coolest shit I've ever done. And I still tell that. So I told somebody the other day on the porch that some broad I was dating at the time was like, I'd seen you guys at what's the
Last Stand?
No, what's the brewery over there in West Dallas? They do the Pantera beer.
Oh, the real
Texas Ale Project.
Texas Ale, yeah.
So that was I've been going to Bishop Arts, or I've been
That's
going
when I started,
to Brass Tacks, get my hair cut. And somehow Instagram had kind of, I'd seen you guys, the bike night. Fuck, I didn't know what it was. I just knew it wasn't a club. It was something that I think this is what I want. It looked like y'all had been hanging out. Like, ooh, how do I crack into this circle? It looks like they've been hanging out forever. In reality, it was like 2 months. I think everybody had been kicking it. They had a couple like good Saturday rides and some footage. And dude, I wanted to go. Kind of knew about bike night, where it was, but it was I don't want to go. I don't know much. Like, I'm so new to this. I don't want to just. Some chick I was dating at the time, she's like, what are they gonna do? Like beat you up or something? I was like, no, they're not those kind of dudes. Just go. All right, you're right. Yeah. I went, and then it's my. It sounds like that. Dude, my life changed. Like, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't have done most of the shit that I'm proudest of in my life if it weren't for you guys. And
same. I mean, like, I was on a trajectory of doing certain things, but like, I wouldn't have had the life that I've had if I didn't meet you guys, 100%. So maybe I would have had, like I said, I was traveling on bikes before I met you guys, but there's no way I could have ever, basically what I'm saying is like I 100% would not have. I wouldn't be here if I didn't meet all you guys 100%. You know what I mean?
Who knows where we're all at and where everything had gone.
It's like I want to give you a compliment, but I also don't want to give you all the autonomy of like.
It's like I want to jack you up, but
I'm still cool as fuck, and
I would have been cool no matter what, but you guys were cool, so
It's like how I met Jones, literally on like the highway. So it's like he was driving down to Giddy-Up, and I was with like some of the younger chopper guys, like Elliot, my buddy Andrew, Paul had just gotten some Sportster chopper that we picked up in Georgia, and then like random guy at the gas station, man, you look like you're going to a motorcycle show. He's like, yeah. He's like, yep, perfect. Come on with us.
Yeah.
And then that was when he met y'all. And then so it's like I kind of met Kyle then.
Our Jones?
Yeah. Y'all's Jones.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So it's like I met him on the highway. I'm like, hey, are you going to Giddy-Up? And we were all in.
I let him ride my Road Glide to Giddy-Up the first year he went.
He was on a blue Dyna.
So that was the second year then, because the first year he went, I asked him to ride my Road Glide.
Yeah. Or a Dyna. It might have just been a different color. I have a video of it on my YouTube from when I used to do like little GoPro stuff.
I don't know. We're getting way in the weeds with that. But.
The Texas Ale Project thing, I'd gone over there because Brass Tacks had an event, and I got there and I saw you had the gold FXR, and I was like, wait a minute, that's one of the dudes from. And then y'all bounced out within like 5 minutes or so, and I stayed because I just gotten there. Ended up getting drunk. Finally, I probably talked to him, but talked to Jesse. And then I bought a knife from Knives by Nick. It's one of those I was like, kind of, yeah, man, I'm probably going to get,
I'm Jax Teller.
I'm going to get that one. Well, found this green one. I guess I just thought they were this price range. And he's like, oh, yeah, it's this.
Is that kind of like when we got the hoodies from Power Plant?
Yeah. And I was like, oof, don't want to look broke. Yeah, you also do it. Oh, fuck.
Use this
We're
card.
both on the road for 29 days.
Yeah, use this card.
We're at Power Plant. We're like, yo, let's get these. Still one of my favorite hoodies of all time. And we didn't ask for the price. We are just like, oh, $75 maybe. It's like $110. I was like, okay, yeah, just swipe that one. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, Yaniv told his shopkeeper or whatever, he was like,
hook them up.
Yeah, get them a shirt each. I think you got a short sleeve, and I got a long sleeve. And the guy was like, "Boo, like that's a little bit."
Yeah, that's not a shirt.
Let me get by with it, and then we were both like, "Oh, and how about the hoodie?" What were they, $100? It was
like $110 or $120.
Some good quality then.
Yeah, I mean, I still wear mine.
like buying those Harley glasses at Black Hills Harley. That was with Jones.
Dumbass.
2020.
We told him it was a dumbass when he bought them.
Oh yeah, that was the year before I went. Because Jones went the year right before. I
Yeah,
went
what was
with
they
y'all.
didn't have it. Had somebody get out of a case and 60, 70 bucks, something like that. I think they rang it up at like 150, like something where I was like, wait. I got the glasses. I think you got it mistaken. At that point, there's people behind me. You're like, fuck it. I think Sturgis
Did you
had
lose
the,
them?
You had to have the. Oh, I think they're in the
Yeah,
Road
you
King
have
that
to
got
have
stolen.
clears at night.
I think I was like, okay, these will always stay in the bag. And they
I
gone.
love.
Yeah. All right, we
People
got to
carry-
wrap it up, guys.
No, yeah.
It's been a deep one.
Fuck it.
Well, Quaint Zoning. I don't feel like we got to call it something different because I don't think the world knows that they haven't been around long enough to know what the Quaint Zones are.
Is it still your?
Go back and do your homework, bitches.
Yeah, people don't do that. They only look forward.
How do we even get the old episodes?
Go back and
They're
look
on
at-
YouTube,
it's-
and then like the original ones are on Patreon,
I think
like the way we started. Yeah,
the name came from Crucy on the podcast, so
yeah, because the Quaint Zone is our Wi-Fi password here.
Oh,
Oh, it's a Wi-Fi name.
It's the password.
Oh, is the
Quaint
password?
Zone 431
damn.
is the
All right,
password.
So this entire time. Yeah, I've been
Yeah.
on SOS.
All right, love you boys.
Love you too, Bogs.